I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Finally at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
Put my money where my mouth is, I'ma get it now, kid. Heard around town, this sound is astounding. Feel my heart pounding, bass is surrounding. Think I finally found it, so I'm gonna mount it. Like an ex-girlfriend, I'ma get it back. Make a couple wrecks as I make a couple tracks. Stay on the attack as I'm writing every rap. In a snapback, black off this coke and this jack. Man, I feel good, dog, I feel good. Woke up a little richer, also with a little wood. If I could teach this shit, man, really wish I could. So listen up closely, I'll give you a push. I raise hell every time my lyrics pop off. I take shots at the haters with a sawed off. Girl, you better keep me up or I'll nod off. One shot, all I got, I will not stop.
I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Finally at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
Yeah, it's not enough, man, I want more. I keep on doing business, open every single door. I wanna be the richest, so you see me up on Forbes. I can do this through my music, that's how I even the score. I don't take it slow, man, I want it bad. Every single day, I'll be carving out a path. Like a girl with a tat on her back, all black. I'ma take her right back to my pad where it's at. I don't ever slack off, so you better back off. I'm about to blast off faster than NASA. Everybody stand up, put your fucking hands up. That's the demand, yup. Welcome to the brand, bruh. No, I'm not cautious. I take risks, and no, you can't stop this. I'm too slick. She knows that she wants it, so come quick, baby. Know that I'm on it. I don't quit.
I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Finally at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Finally at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
Put my money where my mouth is, I'ma get it now, kid. Heard around town, this sound is astounding. Feel my heart pounding, bass is surrounding. Think I finally found it, so I'm gonna mount it. Like an ex-girlfriend, I'ma get it back. Make a couple wrecks as I make a couple tracks. Stay on the attack as I'm writing every rap. In a snapback, black off this coke and this jack. Man, I feel good, dog, I feel good. Woke up a little richer, also with a little wood. If I could teach this shit, man, really wish I could. So listen up closely, I'll give you a push. I raise hell every time my lyrics pop off. I take shots at the haters with a sawed off. Girl, you better keep me up or I'll nod off. One shot, all I got, I will not stop.
I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Finally at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
Yeah, it's not enough, man, I want more. I keep on doing business, open every single door. I wanna be the richest, so you see me up on Forbes. I can do this through my music, that's how I even the score. I don't take it slow, man, I want it bad. Every single day, I'll be carving out a path. Like a girl with a tat on her back, all black. I'ma take her right back to my pad where it's at. I don't ever slack off, so you better back off. I'm about to blast off faster than NASA. Everybody stand up, put your fucking hands up. That's the demand, yup. Welcome to the brand, bruh. No, I'm not cautious. this, I take risks. And no, you can't stop this, I'm too slick. She knows that she wants it, so come quick, baby, know that I'm on it. I don't quit.
Let's go!
No one like me, so hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the crown will be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Finally at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
Damn right. Who's ready?
I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
Oh, remix.
Be mine, you can call me king. A matter of time for you all love me. Finally at my prime, right where I wanna be. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
Yeah.
I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
I like this jam.
I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
What?
Take risks, and no, you can't stop
Is the
this.
film that
I'm too
song?
slick.
Oh,
She
yeah,
knows that
no
she
one like
wants it, so come quick, baby, know that I'm on it. I don't quit.
I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. So hard to find, it's the real damn thing. Don't be wasting any time, I got somewhere to be. Always on the grind, yeah, you know me. Hold the ground will be mine, you
They
can
got
call
me.
me
The
king.
sirens.
A matter of time for you all love me. Finally at my
Grindhouse is
prime,
coming.
right where I wanna be.
They gotta get out.
I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me. I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like
I'm out of here. Sirens. Grindhouse is opening. Doing this. Peace.
I'm one of a kind, there ain't no one like me.
Yo! It's that time. It's Monday night. The Grindhouse is open. The sirens have rung. Boo! I hear them chasing away that fullness. Oh yeah, there they are. The sirens are on. The Grindhouse is open. It's Monday night. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I had to start early. But I had to jam to that song, man, because that is the song. Woo! Neffix hit, man. I love it. Love it. Goodness. What's up, Grinders? How you doing? Oh, man, Febrizzle with the $9.99 with the peace. Peace to you, man. It's going to be that kind of night. Thank you so much, Febreze, man. Peace out to you. And it is going to be one of those nights. Thank you so much for the super chat. And thank you again to all the VIP grinders and brand new VIP grinder, Twisted Sync, coming on for the late night grind. My gears last night. Oh, boy. What's up, Mary Bull Cox? Face first, booty up. Oh, shit, Kyle Butchett. Tool Man with the gears. Billy Akira, how you doing? Meniolis, what's up? There he is. That's right, flex those emojis. Flex those emojis. The sirens, we're all ready. Mr. Tennis, what's up? He's jamming. You like the song? Cocoon 1985. How you doing? Just wait. Yeah, boy. For Brizzle's here. Been waiting all day for Monday night. Dude, I don't even, I commit. What has transpired since my show last night? I did a show last night and I was like, oh man, I don't know. I hope I didn't use the gears. No, there's things I got to talk about, but my God, like just right before, I can't, man. It's make your anime great again. What's up? Like, I just, man, I don't know. I don't know where to begin. I don't even know if I'm going to get to the topics. I don't know what's going to happen. I was watching some videos, and now that since I did my search on old Phil Ness videos, like now YouTube is feeding them to me and stuff. So I'm like, I'm seeing all these old interviews, and I got some gems. Oh man. Hope you like that song, man, because I love it. I think I'm got it on my playlist, ready to go. Waiting on Frogs. I think Frogs is coming in. We're gonna have some other guests jump into the Grindhouse. Possibly Rome Rush will be here. I've been trying to get Zuby. Zuby is busy. We're gonna get a date to get him on here as well. I told JVB he's welcome to come back. Definitely laying some facts down there. I appreciated him last week. Shout out JVB. I was on Crossfire on Friday. I've been on that, and then I was also Salty as Podcast, and I shout out to those guys. And jump on in if you guys want to jump on in, because it is, I don't even know. I just put some lists together of what I want, like the Grindsboard, what I'm going to talk about, but who knows. But I do want to shout out to the VIP grinders who support this channel, and everybody hit that like button, please. But the VIP grinders have been the best. Like, I'm glad you like those emojis. I keep them refreshed. That's the one thing I want to do. I want the channel. I want this stuff refreshed, like Impact, like the 3 Cs. We got Phil Ness. We got Booster, an updated Booster one. I'm going to be updating those things because I want them fresh and being current with what's going on, so you could flex them and you could use them in the chat. I don't know where the hell these super stickers are. I want to make those too because I love making this stuff. I think it's great. So, I'm getting around. That's right. I'm getting around. I don't know, man. It is what it is. But I love coming back here home to the Grindhouse. And this is where I could just go off and just be on the topics I want to talk about. And, oh, man, it's episode 69. Pause. Oh, damn. He's always getting timed out. Oh, But yeah, so without further ado, we got some topics to talk about. Frogs to be jumping in here because I did start this a little early because I was really excited. I just wanted to start talking about all the stuff that's going on, especially what just transpired in the last few hours, what's been going on. So, it's going to be one of those kind of nights, but I'm just going to play it right now.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit,
no. Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
Oh, man. And if you want to be a VIP grinder, hit that join button. Be the VIP grinder. You could use the emojis, and you'll be on the VIP grinder list, which I'll be updating this. Now that we got Herman Holtz in a friggin' tuxedo with a bow tie, not only do I have him in splits, but I got him dressed up like James Bond. He will be in the new Gaming Grindhouse. So much news, so much to talk about. Let's go. So, well, before the tequila hits, so everybody, before the tequila hits the grinding wheels, I figured I'll start off a little light with some Comcast wants to merge with EA. Talking about two pieces of shit coming together. That will be just, why not? Why not, right? EA's looking to sell Ubi. It's funny because the last couple of weeks has been like Ubisoft been flexing. What's up, Stardust? Hey, Jay Summers, how you doing? Last couple of weeks has been like, Ubisoft wants to be lean and sell. Now EA wants to sell, like be lean, and Comcast is looking to merge with them and buy them, and like, I don't know what's going on with the gaming, like what's going on. Like, I don't know if you know, this is the fallout from the COVIDs and of you know, FTC. I spelled it wrong. I wrote FTC. FCC. Hold on, I'll fix it. I messed up. You thought I was putting this whole freaking thing. Who's the FTC? Who the hell knows? There they are. Thank you. Grindsboard could be wrong sometimes. FTC SWAT teams. No, it's the Federal Trade Commission, right? It's the FCC. Wait a second. Now you got me all guessed up. It's FTC, right? It's FTC. It's not the FCC. Holy shit. You guys are wild in here. It's FCC. You got me second guessing. Yes, the Federal... Dude, now you got me all messed up. I think it's the FTC. Yes. What the hell am I correcting it? Oh, the killers. F3C. Dude, there you go. You know what? There we go. That's what I'm putting it in right now. That's it. It's official. The F3C. That's it. We got them. The F3Cs. Cracking down on the 3Cs right now. The Trade Commission. That's right. We'll change it. Oh, damn. What happened? I just messed up my thing. So, yes. So where's my thing? Now I got derailed. The F3Cs. We'll fix it. Yes, the trades. So, yeah, back to the whole this whole thing that came about with the Comcast, right? So what's going on here is that the Comcast was looking to merge with EA, and they want to merge actually with EA in here. And they said basically Roberts, the CEO, approached Electronic Arts, Andrew Wilson, with a proposal to spin off NBC Universal and merge the media and gaming giants. 4 sources with knowledge of this proposal told me. So this is rumors and all this other shit, right? So they basically want to kind of this NBC Universal and you know, this is the thing, like, and this is, you know, and this is what I was afraid of when I said, and you know why all this is spawning off, right? You want to know what triggered a lot of this acquisition season stuff. The Microsoft Activision deal, dude. Yeah, he's still on vacation. He has to fill out those $80 postcards, dude. He has to fill out those $80 postcards. He's on vacation. You look right here. Back in January, after the news broke, I noted that Roberts had a few good options left. Viacom wanted NBC Universal. Like, dude, it's... Oh, God. That bum. So, like, it's really spawning this whole goddamn, like, merger, this everybody's in trouble and all this other stuff. It's just so strange. You know, Ubisoft kind of doing, and then even the thing that Square Enix did as well. Like, it's real strange where we are with gaming with this consolidation going on. And it's interesting how many outside partners are trying to figure out what's going on here and trying to get involved in this medium. You know, let's get a gaming piece over here and all that stuff. I don't know where it's going, but I just thought 2 shit companies come together with Comcast and EA. Man, EA's been in the goddamn shits. Like, EA, again, you know what's incredible is that, like, even Ubisoft too, they haven't been releasing games. They haven't been releasing games at all. EA is just doing their sports games. Like, Ubisoft, like, hasn't really released any games in the last year or so. Like, they used to have like annual kind of releases and stuff like that. Like, it's really, I don't know, man. That's right, Froggy. I don't know, man. Microsoft's acquisitions did try to trigger off a lot of this whole acquisition season shit. But, you know, there's definitely some stuff going on. But I do think, you know, Microsoft being the company that it is with the money that it has, everybody talks about Microsoft money. You know, I always, you put that Microsoft money. The fact that Microsoft is able to buy all these companies up, it doesn't, you know, I think it makes people kind of go, oh, we got to do something about it, right? So, I don't know, dude. It's just really strange. You know, definitely. So, like, remember, Sony hasn't bought companies in how long? How long has Sony hasn't bought companies? And then they started with Insomniac, and then they started rolling and buying all these companies now. Like, it just seems like this whole consolidation, I'm going to call it, that started in 2018. Microsoft money, man. So I don't think that's happening, but I you know, EA and Ubisoft, look, and Ubisoft said they would still want to remain independent and stuff like that. But Comcast wanted to merge with EA, you know, spin it off and get their gaming infrastructure. And you got to remember, EA just lost the licenses to FIFA. They're going to have like sports club soccer now. So they lost the FIFA license. They didn't want to renew it. And I even think the NFL, the Madden, like, you know, that was coming to a close. I think they renewed that. They may have another couple of years about that one. I don't know how long. How long does EA have left on the NFL license? Let me see. I don't even know offhand. The FIFA one's done. And then what about the NFL? They renewed it in 2020 to a multi-year deal. They say how long? It goes up to 2026. They got it to 2026. Sports Club football game. That's right. The 2026 they're up until for the NFL. They renewed it in 2020. What opportunity there, right? So, yeah, they renewed it in 2020 for 2026. So now let's get into this FTC one. So this whole cracking down on influences and the check marks and all this other stuff. Dude, this is wild. So, all right. They're going to get my opinion on it. And this is turned into the Bachelor Grindhouse, but Frog's on his way. This whole FTC thing. So, listen. They've been battling against deceptive online advertisements in years. Since 2015, against the Machinima one. Remember when Microsoft was paying for the reviews or paying for positive stuff? Like, you know, they started with that one. And then, relating to Middle-earth Shadow Moto promotional campaign, the ongoing problems have prompted the creation of Disclosure's 101 Primer. But the endorsement guides underpinning it will last up to 2009, dude. Thus, the FTC has proposed changes to its guidelines that reflect the extent to which advertisers have turned increasingly to the use of social media and product reviews to market their products. So influencers constantly interact with their followers on a market and social niche, right? These are often guidelines of trust and without clear guidelines and responsibilities. They're ripe for commercial exploitation and deception. Ooh, yeah. The new guides have made it clear that we intend to investigate breaches upon that trust, whether it's by brands manipulating reviews, influences not disclosing material relationships with companies, or micro-targeting aimed at deceiving specific groups of customers. That's right. Oh, man. How timely, I would say. The Game Night 123 goes, Haven was the last one PS bought in March this year. Yeah, there you go. That was the last one that they bought. And they said there's more coming. So we got more old things like this. But this whole thing with the FTC, right? Thank you, Game Night. And yeah, and both of them have more coming and stuff like that. But it's just these big companies. EA sitting there for the ripening Ubisoft. You know what? Never go full Ubisoft. You heard it here all the time. So this whole influences and stuff, this comes off the whole Gamepass is great and this stuff and all this discussion about these kind of influences and the check marks and all this other stuff. That timely how this thing comes about with this FTC stuff. To me, I don't think this is going to change people. I think what's going to happen, similar to the stuff that happened on YouTube with like the marketing of like, you know, you had to disclose whether it's for children or not like that. I think that they're going to be more stringent on if this is a marketing video, if you were provided something. I'm a dirty influencer. I'm not selling you anything. There's nothing here to sell. except just my thoughts. That's it. This is my thoughts. I'm not trying to sell anything. By the way, commercial time. Anyway. So the thing is with these influencers, right? Obviously, there's this push to get these influencers, and I'm not saying just on YouTube's, right? I'm saying like on Twitter and stuff like this. All these incentives to grow your channel, to get your interactivity. Microsoft does this a lot more than Sony does, okay? That'd be truth right there, right? Microsoft definitely is into the social aspect of marketing and things like that. Hell, the reason why you got an Xbox refrigerator is because they want a social poll against Skittles for brand recognition on Twitter. So if that doesn't tell you how they're connected to this social thing, that Aaron Greenberg and stuff were retweeting this to win a brand recognition playoff thing between Skittles and bribed the people saying, if we beat Skittles, you will get an Xbox refrigerator. Like we will make an Xbox refrigerator. Social manipulation of goddamn a poll, a stupid poll nonetheless. They lost this year. I wonder why. Because he didn't have any refrigerators to build this year. So Microsoft's definitely in tide with this stuff. And you see the care packages, and you see them taking them out to dinner. You know, Paris flew out to there. Colt Eastwood's up there. You know, this is great opportunities for them and their channels, or them and their social media right type things. Like, you know, Microsoft gives them access if you toe the line. And then they come out there and promote. Like, they'll do something critical, but then they'll do a video, right? That's right. So, I think one of the things they need to do is disclose, like, you know, if you're getting your ass wiped, you got to let everybody know. Like, if Microsoft's buttering that ass, then you got to let everybody know they're buttering that ass. You going on, Game Pass is great. It's great. Save my family. Microsoft goes, hey, there you go. You want to come up to Redmond over here? I'll take you out to dinner. Yeah. You know? So we'll see. I'm glad that they're putting pressure on this because it is definitely an area of manipulation. And it definitely is an area of targeting just like people just clicking on YouTube. They don't know that this is an ad. They don't know that this is a commercial. Like when you used to watch TV, right? And commercials came on, you knew those were ads to sell you something or to have you go buy a car, buy this. But when you're on YouTube, somebody's like, hey, man, you know what? I have these headphones. These are really awesome. Like, they have this feature. I got them for real cheap and stuff like that. And meanwhile, they're talking very casually about it, right? But meanwhile, they were provided that and they're kind of selling it to you. So the company kind of gave it to them and just like, hey, you know what? Hey, try these out. Try this free thing out. And they go, okay. And then they do a review. Hey, without disclosing that they were giving this to review. Because some of them just kind of get it. Felicia Day's her name. You know, that is a perfect aspect of it. They just sent a whole bunch of Xboxes to her. She had tons of them, right? And PlayStation never sent her anything. So she's just like, screw PlayStation. But everybody wants something. Like, you know, it's a natural feedback loop of somebody basically of like, hey, I'm going to give you my product. You are going to sell my product or review it and get it out to your things. Because for me, as the big corporation, to come out and say, buy my system, $2 trillion company, it's better if I get you who, you know, could relate. You look like you're like their equal. You could just be like, hey, how you doing? Like, you know, let me tell you about this thing. And that will be more of a sales pitch because somebody will just trust you to buy it. Rather than somebody who, a big corporation, like, you know, a big Microsoft salesperson wearing all the sales stuff going, hey, you need one of these things. You need one. Well, you're a salesperson. You know what? I don't want to hear it. But if you have somebody that's like, hey, let me tell you something. Hey, or you have somebody like posing down an aisle or something like that, and you're just like, oh, I like that. It's this. And meanwhile, they tell you about this thing. You buy it because you're like, oh, wow, just this random person right here is telling me how great this is. People are going to buy it because they think that you're in the same boat. Meanwhile, they have alternatives. So that is manipulation. And what it does, though, is it help grows their channel or grows their connections to get bigger, to get access, but you got to toe the line. Now, if a lot more now with FTC putting pressure on them have to be more forthcoming, now we see the true colors of their reaction. Now they're like, well, they told me that they gave me 1 year of Game Pass. Okay. Game Pass is, and so now when you're running around on the internet going, Game Pass is great. You don't think when Paris went out there to Phil Spencer's like, hey, here's 6 months of Game Pass. Go give out these codes on your channel. Oh, really? And then, by the way, tell them Game Pass is great when you give away the codes. And then go on Twitter and say Game Pass is great. What are you playing in? Nothing right now, but, Game Pass is great. That's why when you go and you see this whole gamer score and all this other stuff, gamer score does not define what kind of gamer you are. But if you're not playing games, but you're on the internet, you're on YouTube, and you're constantly saying these games are great, and this is why you should get this stuff, and the fact that you're not playing them, that's an issue. Like, if you have a gamer score of that, you don't even finish games, and you have 1,000 gamer score. Meanwhile, you have 3 shows and shit, and on Twitter every day going, Game Pass is great. Game Pass is great. Believe in Phil and all this other stuff. After a while, you got to be like, let me see. You playing this stuff? Because all I hear is Game Pass is great. But I don't see streams. I don't see screenshots and people along with the Game Pass is great. All I see is these generalizations. Oh, Game Pass saved my family. Well, okay. If you have access to 200 games and you're discovering them every night, then you should be tweeting it out, using your social media page, talking about it. No. This is general bullshit. And then when you go look at their gamer tags or their PSNs and shit, or whatever the hell they got, they're not playing the games in Game Pass, but they're all over the internet talking about how great it is. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't think this whole thing of people saying they're unsubscribing to Game Pass has to do with the FTC thing. I know it's something that I think it's damn funny. I think it's funny and coincidental how it occurred. But I don't think let me fix this thing. I don't think that it's directly correlated with that, because I think it's gonna oh damn, what the hell's going on? Hold on. Fix my thing here. Oh, there we go. Yeah, I'm going to hide this thing because it's just me for now. I don't know what the hell Frogs is. So, yeah, I just think that it's not directly related to it, but it is definitely interesting. And, maybe some people are okay, you know what? They're going to start cracking down on this for my channel. Maybe I'll stop pushing it as hard and say I'm unsubscribing and stuff like that. But I don't think it's related to it. I don't think people are scared. But I think it's something that needs to be done because it's definitely something that's manipulated by big corporations. Same thing with reviews and stuff. You could even say with Sony's aspect as well. Sony blacklisting Stevias and all this other stuff, trying to get those, knowing that they're going to give a bad a bad review because they're just friggin' Xbox fans over at that place. And they just don't have good taste at all. Sony holding that could be something considered as something that they might look into. Holding review copies and things like that. Maybe it puts a little bit of honesty in the review. I would love for them to be hey, reviews, you got to play this much, but they're not going to get into that detail. But, publishers and stuff like that, well, I'm not giving you the game until, it's finished or something like that. And then that other stuff that I covered, with the Halo guys playing the game before, then acting surprised, oh, look at incredible, getting all the love and all the people to their channel and pretending it's the first time they saw it. And meanwhile, they've been playing it for over a year. I showed you that too, which is, it's so friggin' hard, dude. It's so challenging to know who to trust, especially when you have that anonymity of the internet. And, that's why I just try to bring an honest opinion. I'm not, because that's the one thing that what I try to do is I watch a lot and then I try to make my own opinion based off of the data that I have. Like, I don't just run to one person and then whatever they say is yes or no, and then that's it. And I advise everybody to do that. Get a feel, like, listen to multiple people. If you don't know about a game or something like that, there are different aspects to gather what you think you can do. Don't just go by one person. Go by multiple people. That's the, and I just want to be one of those people for you. Like, you know, if there's a game that I like, and again, it's my like, if there's a product that I like and stuff like that. But the one thing that I said, because when I started this thing, it was like I wasn't walking the line for a certain path. And I didn't want to go on that path. I did not want to be welcomed into Redmond. I didn't want, because I didn't want to go there and say like, well, I'm saying such nice things because they might give me access to, you know, Roland might come on my podcast, or, you know, give me access to this, or I might meet them at E3 and I could get previews of a game. And I don't want to do that. I don't. You know, I just don't want free stuff. I don't. Like, I don't want that stuff, because I feel like as soon as I get stuff for free, as soon as people start giving you stuff and things like that, like, I just feel like the value of the whole, my honest opinion, goes out the window. And I know that's how this whole thing works, but I just don't want to do that. They're influenced with a Steam Deck. Hell yeah, they are. But I'll tell you right now, I've been playing that Steam Deck. I bought it. Show the receipt. I bought that, and that was not. I got that thing, and you know what? I'm keeping it. I was doubtful of the battery life, but man, I can't. I just put Borderlands 3 on the Steam Deck because Epic just gave it away for free. I know, Kyle. See, he has a 20 gamer score. You want to know? I told you his history. 20K. 20K. Jesus, that's what he has. Listen, Grindhouse. I don't know. Where is it? 20,000. It's just crazy. Oh, man. Let me show you something. What the hell? What am I doing? I'm all blanked out here. Oh, Friday. Let me show you something here. No, because he played on PC, Jeff B. Gaming. That's the thing. He played on PC. All right? That's why. He didn't like Xbox until they bowed the stop putting the stuff on PC. Look at this. Wow. Yeah, so let's show you something. I play Xbox on PC a little bit, right? But you know, in the last few years, there hasn't been really anything, right? Jesus. Here's my profile. You want to see it? I'll show you my profile right now. There it is. I got 96,371 gamer score. I haven't played my Xbox since 2017, 2018. I really haven't played Xbox at all. I haven't played all PlayStation since then for like 4 years. But they haven't released anything in the last 4 or 5 years, so they're really not missing out on stuff. Look at my last photograph that I took. My screenshot was what? I took it of Arnold in WWE 2K16. That was my last screenshot. I unlocked an achievement in Halo. Because that was the last game I completed. Yeah, 12-14. I beat Halo. You like the profile pic? Yes, I know. Every time I see that, it's like, welcome. I have to put the Phil Ness in there, you know? 2000 probably. Oh, yeah. My son was playing Minecraft. That's what happened, yeah. I had Minecraft on Play. That's so weird. My game tag shows that I was playing Minecraft on PlayStation. That's so friggin' weird. But yeah, 96,371. Tony Polanco's 15K. Like, you gotta be kidding me. I got over 400 games there. Look at this. I even created a group called Grinding Gears. When we remember that they did look for group and stuff. I had that. My goodness. I tried it all. I used all their features. Friends first. Let's see. What are my friends playing? No, that's too... Yeah, boy, that's too high for an ambassador score. Oh, look. Crap Game is playing HBO Max. Mm-hmm. He's on HBO Max right now. Jesus. And Xbot, Xbot was worried about PlayStation Day 1 games. I wonder what he's playing. What was Xbot playing? I just saw him. Deals on the homepage. Xbot's playing Destiny 2. Okay. At least he's playing the game. Thank God. Usually he's on this, but Crap Gamer, he's doing HBO Max. Good job. But like, yeah, like 96,000. I can say ain't the fuck I want with Xbox. It's my ghost bot. I know, from the past. But like, you know, like the thing is like that, and then my PSN, like I got like friggin' I don't even know what the hell I'm at. I'm like 300, but like I bought so many friggin' games on PlayStation and played so many games. I got tons of trophies, but I don't have a lot of platinums at all. It's a PlayStation game. Oh damn, no one's playing games. Paramount Plus. And that was one of the big things why I went over to PlayStation 2. Like a lot of my Xbox friends list, I have over 200 friends. Not a lot of people are playing games. Everybody was watching TV at the home screen, just leaving it on, or the family was watching TV and shit. And like, I was just like, there's nothing to play. Like, those old games, I'm not playing Gears again. Nobody's playing it. And yeah, so like, I just started doing some of the single player games and things like that on PlayStation. I moved over there. So anyway. But yeah, the FTC cracking down, I think that's something that's overdue. I think it's something that needs to be done. And hopefully they'll give more transparency so you don't have the Kappas and clowns going around doing all the stupid shit. And hopefully that will work. Horizon Forbidden West, I'm almost done with it, Sam Ash. Almost done with it, man. Oh my God, what a great freaking game. I saw some clowns. This is, again, I told you, I don't know where this grindboard's going to go. This is a Bachelor Grindhouse again. I want to shout out there 180 people watching. Hit that like button. Share it out. You might be getting a Bachelor Grindhouse. I don't know if I could do it 2 nights in a row. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby. Because when I get heated, it's getting warmed up. The tequila's hitting me now. I saw a Phil Ness picture on my gamer tag. I'm like, oh, shit. But I saw people going like, oh, they're bundling Horizon in the consoles because it failed. I was listening to a podcast. I don't know how I got upon this podcast of this. I don't know who he was. He had like 60 people watching him. There was some Xbox guy and just talking. And I don't know what the hell he was talking about, but he was making fun that Sony packaged in Horizon Forbidden West into a console and was laughing that the game probably is trash. And he said that he watched the video of the bugs in the game. I got 40 fucking hours in that game. And she hasn't glitched on me once. He's like, yeah, he watched the video of the bugs. Of the bugs. Are you kidding me? This is what I mean. They watch a video and then they go on their YouTube channel and talk about how it's failed in sales. Kyle says they sent me the screenshot. Destin has not logged into PlayStation over a year. Why would he? He says he's an Xbox fanboy. He said it on his channel. Frog said he can be late. All right, Frog, I got you. Rome said he's on his way. Okay, he said he'd be a little late too. All right. I'm holding the fort down. What the grind is, I'm holding the fort down. I'm like, what are you doing? What game are they packing in with? What game could they pack in with Xbox? Please tell me. As an Xbox channel, you have all Xbox on your banner, all over the fucking place. But meanwhile, you're making fun of that Horizon. I'm telling you, there is nothing, and I don't think there will be anything that looks like Horizon with that graphic fidelity on an Xbox. Grindhouse speaks. There will be nothing that will look like that. It was buggy on the PS4, so maybe that's what he's looking at. All right. Well, on PS5. But anyway, it's a next-gen game. Cross-gen, I guess. Philadelphia Spencer cream cheese. Well, Mr. Tennis said that's fine. The thing, it's not even that. It's the fact that he watched the video of the bugs. He didn't play the game. But that was his kind of leeway into the game has failed. It didn't sell. And that's why they're putting it in a bundle. That's the part. What I'm saying. Bugs or no bugs. Every game got bugs. Maybe not as bad as State of Decay. Or Halo, the trees. I wish they were bugs. They're not. Those are the real trees. But the point is that you watch the video of somebody highlighting the bugs. It made you say that Horizon sucks. Forbidden West. And that's why it didn't sell, according to you. And they're putting it in a bundle because it failed. But hoorah Xbox. I don't know where the fuck they make these people. I have no clue. I can't believe people listen to that. I'm in shock. But that's what they do. They do that. They think that. They got people that want to listen to them and live in their echo chamber. Live in your echo chamber. Because Xbox sucks right now. They've been sucking. Okay? They will say the same thing about Starfield. That's right. They've been sucking. Okay? Xbox has one job, and they have fucking failed at that job. To make fucking games for their gaming platform. Wherever the platform is defined as, because they're all about redefining stuff. We're going to redefine the gamer. You know what? I shit and wipe my ass with an instruction booklet. I'm a gamer. You know what? I used to read those instruction booklets when they came with my games. You know what? I roll up one of those things. I wipe my ass with it. I'm a gamer. According to Xbox. You're a gamer if you wipe your ass with the instruction booklet. They like to redefine everything. Whatever their platform is. PC.
You're my number one customer.
Phones. Phil Spencer's ass. Whatever it is. They have one job. One job. Make fucking games. And they suck at that job. And you watched the video yesterday. Phil Ness talking about, I'm the head of first-party studios. I know games. I've been here since the beginning. I know quality. I know this. I've been head of Xbox. I'm here to gain the trust of the... You want to know what? Let me read this super chat here from Mr. Game Night 123. He goes, I supposed Wii Sports failed because that was bundled with the Wii. Oh, wait. It sold approximately 83 million copies. Yes, Game Night. That is the foolery and fuckery of the stupid bullshit that some of these people are on their Xbox podcast. This is what they talk about, Game Night. This is what they're talking about. They are concerned that Horizon is bundled. This is a concern. They're concerned about PlayStation Day 1. That you got one concern. What the fuck are you going to play in that $500 box? One goddamn job. You got one goddamn job. But you want to know what grind is? I said about this board. We're going to talk about the trophies. But you know what? I was watching. I was going through the Phil Ness. And you know what? Why not? We're about 48 minutes in. Hit that like button. 181 people watching. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. Share it out. Because you're going to like this, grinders. You're going to like this one. And hit that subscribe button. And we're trying to hit 2,000. 2,000. Because the more we get the grinders in here, the more the facts can be spread. And real gamers can talk. Not this bullshit out there telling you, don't worry about it. Because I'm here to tell you, you need to worry about it. Because what they're doing is trying to change gaming for the fucking worst. They're trying to bootleg gaming and pay gaming cheap to get their product, their Office 365 out there. And they want to try to tell Sony and Nintendo to do the same. Shut the fuck up. Keep your bullshit loss over there. But just listen to the Phil Ness. Let's listen. I got it right here. Don't let's see. I'm talking about trust, right? New. Let's listen to. Here he is. So this is when he had his swagger. And now you want to talk, and this kind of ties into influences and the check marks, because you got to start somewhere. When the whole industry was against you for TV, and your job is to get back the trust, oh man, this is not my words. This is your savior of Xbox words.
Hold on.
What?
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy
Oh, no.
Spirit,
Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
Let's go.
Trust of our most loyal customers. Whether it's always on used games, whatever the feature was, we lost the trust in them that they were at the center of our decision-making process. Were we building a product for us, or were we building a product for the gamers? And as soon as that question came into people's minds, and they looked at anything, whether it was the power of our box, our launch lineup, microtransactions, any of the features that you talked about, what you find is very quickly you lose the benefit of the doubt. You lose your customer's assumption that the reason you're building your product is to delight them and not just build a better and more maybe manipulative product. And that really set with me going through the launch and just watching the reaction, as you said, of our most loyal fans. People had Xbox tattooed on their arm.
Right.
And them coming to us almost in tears because they felt like the direction we were going with the product didn't include them. Have we recovered? I feel really good about the position of the product and the brand right now, but I was at the GameStop managers meeting about 3 weeks ago, and I'm sitting with 5,000 GameStop managers in Las Vegas, and they'd come up and they still have customers that walk in the store that think that the Xbox One won't play used games. And just to be clear, Xbox One has always played used games from day one. But that perception that gets set early on, because consumers have 5 seconds to internalize your brand and your message, and then they move on. They're not going to spend time to read what we say afterwards. Xbox One, that's that thing. And if I want it, I'll go buy it, and if I don't, I won't. Regaining that trust and the mind share with the customer, the gamer, is incredibly difficult.
So fast forward to...
Oh, this interview is good. I'm going to do another video on this one because there's a lot of goodness in this one. But just listening to that trust that's lost from the gamer. Crap Gamers gives that too. Like that trust that was lost from the gamer, and that they had to get that trust back. And then you saw my video from yesterday where I was talking about how he didn't want to put logos on screens and for games that weren't coming out, but he sees why that gives the trust that something's coming. So you see what they're trying to do. They're trying to gain the trust. And if you look at what's going on with the check marks and the influences and the fans, a lot of it is not factual. It's not tangible. It's not tangible stuff. It's not like, hey, Phil, thank you for that incredible game that I just played last week. It's not. It's this promise. It's all that's left is the trust and hope of these games are going to be good. Not only are they going to come out, but that they're going to be good, because we haven't even got to a point where these games are even launching or have gameplay or even see what they are. Nonetheless, if they're going to be good games, that is another problem that we have, because we don't know Fable, Perfect Dark. We don't even know what they look like and how they're going to play and what kind of are there going to be monetizations? Are there going to be seasons? Is it going to be episodic? We have no clue what the form factor is of these games. Nonetheless, what they look like. Secondly, we don't know if they're going to be good and if they're going to come out. We've seen delays a year. Like, Phil's not delaying games a few months. Like, Sony's like, hey, you know what? Horizon's supposed to come out in the fall. We're going to make it come out in February. Last of Us 2 was supposed to come out. Here, we're going to push it out until June. No, it's like, hey, Halo's supposed to launch with the Xbox, and now it's coming out sometime next year, and we're going to split it in half. November and December. The Halo could not come out any later than last year to keep it within a year of delay. So no matter how much you promise us, the stuff that's tangible that we have in front of us, and that's what I speak about. Look what happened to Halo. People don't want to talk about Halo. Don't you notice? Halo had his ball washing a couple of months ago, and then in December, and I'm going to play this for years. It's a 10-year plan. Stop complaining. But then, all of a sudden, last month, Season 2 drops, and it's like, fuck, what? 2 maps? What? And no progression improvement? What? You still got all this $12, what is this? What did he have? $12 for an armor piece? Was that true? Oh, you goddamn right it was true. They never fixed the store. They're targeting co-op that got delayed. Like, the list goes on and on and on with Halo in a mess. And I had a topic for it, but you know what? It's a perfect example of like what is here. You don't see people talking about Halo. This is the biggest franchise ever. And they don't know how to do a battle pass. They don't know. They're scrambling. They don't know. Feels like I got to earn the trust. You get the trust of gamers by bringing them great games. That's the thing. You have one job. And all you're doing is making influences and check marks, all pussyfoot around and deflect and do all this other stuff. That's what you're doing. You're making them deflect. That's what last week was. People had a valid concern about 2 games that were slated for this year getting delayed. AAA games, even though we don't even know what the hell Redfall was. I was the only one asking, hey guys, we haven't seen it. They told me in January to shut up, stop fear-mongering. And I'm like, well, we don't see the game, and then it gets delayed. But nonetheless, 2 games that they had slated for this year from their first party get delayed, and people were pissed. But the checkmarks and influences come out, and they tell people, don't worry about it. It's just games. It's not that serious. You try to do Phil's job. Guy's been blowing smoke up your ass since 2014. People are waking up, Sam Doyle. That's exactly what's happening. There's more of a vocal that people are disappointed in Xbox. It's coming back. It only was a matter of time. I've been disappointed for half a year, half a decade, because they have not changed. They have gotten worse. Because I was like, Halo was the last straw. If they fuck up Halo, they're done. Well, I got my answer. It's the Grindhouse is going. We're going straight to Xbox hell right now because there's no turning back. They got to, you don't even know. Like, they've lost so much. And you see, what's left for Halo, dude? What's up, Jemiah? What's left for Halo? Who's left? Who's left? The esports dudes, the hardcore professional Halo people, that they're the ones that are complaining. The casuals have left. Everybody's gone. The only name my friends was playing it. They've lost so much trust. And then they got a whole bunch of games that we have no fucking idea what they're going to be. But as soon as people come out and start saying that, yo, I'm canceling Game Pass, I'm doing this, I'm not doing it, all of a sudden, here they come. Oh, well, it's not a big deal. Try to do his job. Trust me, they got the show coming, and they're trying to deflect. Oh, and people came at me over the weekend. This is just toxic gatekeeping community. Support me. It had nothing to do with you. It had to do with what you said. And then to find out that you don't even have an investment in the games that we're playing, but you're telling us don't worry about it. Yeah, that problem happened. But you're turning it into about you. And here come all the other Xbox community people. Oh, we'll save you. We'll save you. That's so block them all. They're toxic. Block them all. In this inclusive environment that you're trying to create, you're telling the block people that have a disagreement with what you're saying. Yep, Grindhouse, standing room only. Over 200 people. Hit that like button. We got standing room. They're outside. I gotta make more room. Come on in. Come on, the Grindhouse. It's warm. Come by. Sit by the fire. Oh, it's gonna be fire. Oh, it's going to be fire. I already hear my voice cracking. Oh, shit. Frogs. Link. Link is in here. Holy crap. What's up, Link? How you doing?
What's up, Jazz? I've been working, man. That's why I really haven't been getting on here.
Oh, man, yeah.
I'm at work right now. Actually,
It's been wild times. But yeah, I was talking about
yeah,
this.
man.
Yeah.
What's going on? What's going on with all this? What's the topic you're talking about
right
now?
now? I was kind of getting with the whole how Microsoft has lost the trust of gamers, right? And these influences, right? and I went back to Phil Spencer 2015, where he said in 2013 they failed because they lost trust and they didn't make a game, right, a system for them. And he has to say, this is something for you and this is not for us, which is crazy because if you think about Game Pass, who is it benefiting right now? They're not putting content in there from their first party, but which was the
selling point for the service in the first place.
Exactly.
Day and date first party content, not this shovelware that they've been putting in there.
Exactly. Oh, and that was I'm waiting for Frogs to get into that. What happened a few hours ago? With all
Frogs
that
in
stuff.
Here?
The Frog's not coming. He didn't come in yet. He said he's going to be a little late. So I was showing about how Halo. I'm talking about like the main thing is that Phil said he needed trust. Right. This is in 2015, and he said that in order to do that, you got to make them feel like it's the thing that you're trying to sell is about those people, is about them, right? And I'm saying, like, look at what's left right now for Xbox. All it is, it's hopes and dreams and trust. It's not, if you look at what is released, what we're playing, if you look at what Halo has become, even, you know what? Forza Horizon 5, we are in May going into June. Where is the expansions for Forza Horizon 5? Didn't they sell some Season Pass Ultimate Edition for? Am I mistaken? It wasn't there like an Ultimate Edition for Forza Horizon 5 with like Season Passes and stuff that you could play it early?
Yeah, wasn't it $50 or something?
Yeah, it was $100.
$100. Okay.
Forza Horizon 5. Ultimate Edition, because I remember people who could play it early. Premium Edition. Oh, they got rid of the Ultimate. Okay. What's in the Ultimate Edition? What is it? They have view add-ons. Expansion 1 and Expansion 2, Car Pass, and VIP. Yeah. So they have Expansion Forza Horizon Expansion 2, and they had Forza Horizon Expansion 1, and they have a Car Pass. So what about all those suckers that paid $100 for it? This is all the stuff you got for $100.
Yeah. I mean,
you got a Car Pass, you'll receive cars every month. What does it say?
Uh-huh. Why would you buy DLC for something you don't even own?
Well, if you pay $100, you own it. I guess you pay $100 and you got to play it early. But there's but this is another example. You had one friggin' game. You had two games come out, Halo and Forza Horizon,
right?
And yeah, I know. G1 says they'll probably announce it June 12th. But wait, like they're gonna announce it on June 12th? There's supposed to be 2 expansions.
Where are these expansions? Have they put one out yet?
No, they haven't. Game launched in November. They didn't even show a teaser trailer.
What's really going on?
Exactly. That's the problem. That's and I know people say, well, it's gonna probably come into June, but why June 12th? Like, this is I don't understand it. Like, this
they shouldn't be announcing DLC at no big time game. Was a game. It's not E3, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it'll be considered their E3 showcase. We shouldn't be talking about DLC. But
they never really wait. Like, for so are you telling me that the hour and a half where they got to show gameplay to Fable, Perfect Dark, Avowed, Everwild,
Redfall,
all these games that they got to show gameplay to, Hellblade 2, they're gonna waste our time talking about Forza Horizon DLC? State of Decay DLC, they got to show gameplay to stay. They got about 10 games that they got to show gameplay to in order for them to make a damn, because that's the new shit that's coming to Game Pass that everybody seems to care about, because that's the only thing that people sign up for Game Pass for. The new shit. New first-party games. The promise that was made in 2017.
They might show us some Sea of Thieves DLC again.
Yes, you believe they're gonna take
Flight
holy
Simulator,
shit.
Flight Simulator DLC.
Oh shit, no! I hope that. Supposedly that's supposed to come out before. Oh shit, that's supposed to come out like next week or something, or this week.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, Top Gun bullshit. They had used the Inside Xbox 2 years ago to tell us about that. This is what I mean. Like, what are we doing here? Like, I don't understand. Like, you can't, and know what's insane? I haven't seen, for the hype that Forza Horizon got, and for one that everybody throws in your face if you say Xbox Game Pass has no quality, oh, Forza Horizon is. I don't see one fucking check mark Xbox banner motherfucker asking where the expansion pack is for Forza Horizon 5. That I had to go look it up because I didn't even realize. I remembered that there was a $100 pass. This is what I mean. Like, this is such fucking bullshit Twitter shit. Nobody's fucking playing the games over there. They don't care. They want these W's. I saw Tim Dog celebrate 10,000 likes for that fucking sly Xbox Game Pass goddamn tweet. Wow, what a W. Are you fucking kidding me? You're celebrating 10K for a fucking tweet that they shouldn't even sent out that made them look like they're doubling down on fucking indie games? Meanwhile, every motherfucker signed up for Game Pass for the first party games because before that 2017 promise, nobody gave a fuck about Game Pass. Then in 2017, when Phil said, all first parties coming to Game Pass, all of a sudden it became a thing. That's the reason why people signed up, and that's the one thing that they had. One job, bring first-party games. And instead, they pussyfooted your ass around, bought studios, gave you that trust. Like, oh, we don't have any games, but know what? We'll buy a studio. Same thing. Fucking, what's his name? Like, to get back the Xbox, Xbox fans are disruffled right now. They're disruffled. But you know what? They're all ruffled up. But if Microsoft came on that show and said that they're buying this company, that will get people in good faith.
Oh, that's what they said on the
That was
Iron Lords
Lil
podcast.
Cognito from the fucking Iron Lords said it again, and he said he was
They
clipped.
said it.
Like,
They
I'm
said
like,
just need to announce another acquisition.
another studio acquisition? Are you kidding me, dude?
What kind of thinking is this?
I don't know. Nobody wants to play fucking games. That's the problem. I think, you know what I think is? I think that they're nervous because they don't, I think, this is, here's another one. I believe because if you go by what Microsoft has released, we've been making fun of this shit for so long. Sea of Thieves, State of Decay, Crackdown 3, Halo Infinite. You look at what even Gears 5, they failed. Kate's Story, the multiplayer was the same old shit. The esports, they canceled. Shit, this is shit that happened. Is shit that happened.
Gears 5 was the first Gears game. I didn't even finish it.
I didn't. That boss fight was fucking pathetic.
I didn't get to the end. It
was pathetic, and the choice pathetic.
That campaign was so mundane and so underwhelming.
Good cutscenes.
That's
about it. But if you see what Microsoft has done with what they have released, it hasn't really been hitting hard. Like, it hasn't been good.
It hasn't. It's not pushing the envelope. It's not a wow factor to it.
No. So know what they're doing?
They're just meeting the status quo.
What they rather not have games because they don't trust Microsoft to make a banger. That's the key. You heard it here. They don't trust that Microsoft can make a box office blockbuster game that's an oh shit, you have to buy it. In their heart of hearts, they don't believe Microsoft can do that. And on top of that, we hear about all these studio things, which I have here, all this studio stuff. In their heart of hearts, they don't believe that Microsoft could put out a quality goddamn game. Phil admitted in 2019 that their first party output has been horrible. And now they don't look what they did to Halo. They tried the Halo was good because what they showed was shit in July, and they showed better looking shit a little bit, but it was perfume on a fucking piece of shit. That's what it was. And people try to make that was all they needed, bare minimum. Meanwhile, the game did not do anything new, and Halo 5 looked light years better and had tons more customization and content than Halo Infinite, the service game, that they don't know how to fucking make it a service. But I'm telling you, based on the facts of what they released, and you see the quality and the attention span that people have. Nobody's even asking for Forza Horizon DLC. All those people that paid $100. Remember? Do you remember? Like 10 million people played Forza, and everybody was like 10 million sales before the game officially released, because they were saying those were all the Game Pass Ultimate people. Those were the old people that bought $100. Oh my God! Do you remember this? Because when Forza Horizon 5 launched a few days before the Game Pass edition, people were using the scoreboard to see how many people came into it. 10 million people. Did it even launch yet? Well, where those 10 million people who paid $100, where are they asking for where's the DLC? Expansion 1. Fuck. They got 2 expansions. What are they going to do? They're not included in Game Pass. So therefore, nobody cares. But the people that bought the game, the 10 million people, whatever, were playing it, what happened? They don't even play it. Exactly, Akeem, exactly. This is the problem that I have with this. So if you look at what they released, the confidence that Phil talks about in that video, he lost it. But if you look at it, when he was saying this stuff in 2015, he didn't have the community. He said Xbox fans were defeated. They were crying to him, saying, oh my God, you left me out. Well, come to think about it, and a year later, the motherfucker said PC's Xbox, and he went and put games over there. So what I'm saying is that he lost the trust. But if you think about it, what he did know in the last couple of years is that they've been getting the trust of these influencers to utilize them to have the community.
Have they been getting the trust of them, or have they been getting them to be manipulative?
Well, listen, I'll let LinkedIn hear it. I just want to hear this is what he said in 2015.
GameStop managers in Las Vegas.
That's what he said.
Our launch line of the leadership team that launched the Xbox One. And I've never tried to dodge the decisions that were made and the sentiment around that decision. I was there, I was at the table, and I feel like I have no credibility in building a path forward if I don't first acknowledge that. You can go into some of the specific features. For me, I think what we fundamentally lost was the trust of our most loyal customers. Whether it's always on used games, whatever the feature was, we lost the trust in them that they were at the center of our decision-making process. Were we building a product for us, or were we building a product for the gamers? And as soon as that question came into people's minds, and they looked at anything, whether it was the power of our box, our launch lineup, microtransactions, any of the features that you talked about, what you find is very quickly you lose the benefit of the doubt. You lose your customers' assumption that the reason you're building your product is to delight them and not just build a better and more maybe manipulative product. And that really set with me going through the launch and just watching the reaction, as you said, of our most loyal fans. People had Xbox tattooed on their arm.
Right.
And them coming to us almost in tears because they feel like they felt like the direction we were going with the product didn't include them. Have we recovered? I feel really good about the.
And you haven't recovered, but you hear what he says, like about the trust, and if you look at anything, resolution, power, and you lose the benefit of the doubt. So when you see people saying, I'm canceling Game Pass, I'm not this, the negativity starts spreading. They call that negativity. They call that, now you have the positive crew coming in, trying to calm them down, saying, trust, this is not, it's just gaming, don't worry about it. Believe me, they got the show. It's trust. Like, and now
they haven't built any trust.
They haven't,
generation,
but
or at the beginning of this generation,
these influences substitute that. Yeah, sorry.
And to be honest, if you look at the launch of the Xbox One, it was better than this one.
Yes, it was.
They at least had some exclusive software to offer you that they didn't have with this new box. And if you look at the amount of time that had passed, Microsoft had launched more exclusive games on the Xbox One platform that they have on the Series X and S platform so far.
Yeah, exactly. But the positivity merchants, Don Juan's, Don Jones.
Oh, that's yeah,
exactly. And that's the thing. Like he didn't have influences then because everybody was against Xbox. But he slowly built that trust whining and dining, rooftop parties, as frogs would say, you know, kind of saying, I'm here to help you. I'm here to help you. I hear what you want. I got things to show, but I'm excited about what I didn't show.
Did they really build a box for the consumer?
No. You think Game Pass is for the consumer?
Got DRM.
You think Game Pass is for the consumer? It's a mirage, because the content that they promised that needs to be in Game Pass is not there. They committed a first-party lineup that they have been just stretching that shit out like crazy for the last 5 years.
This amazing utopia of services is just a pipe dream, and
it has not been proven.
You know, and you look at all these different industries that are trying to move into service-based business model. You know, there's some service-based business models that are realizing that it's not as profitable as they thought it was going to be, and they're having to pivot.
Yeah, exactly.
So
they're pivoting by buying, and they don't have enough, and their studios are not giving enough content out at a cadence that they need to. So they're buying huge autopilot publishers like Bethesda, like Activision, that are just going to churn out games, and Microsoft's just going to give them money. It's exactly what they did with the Minecraft model. And back then, they were talking about Minecraft all the time. They basically bought the company, and they just pumped money into Minecraft, and they just churned out and kept that game afloat, even though those 4K textures have not been there. But, like, that's the thing. And exactly, they build game. So is Game Pass what we wanted? Halo free-to-play is what the gamers wanted.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, that's what they were saying.
That's what he's saying. Like, this is the stuff that you wanted. The gamers wanted Game Pass. Who wanted all the first-party games in a subscription service? And then look what you're getting. Delays upon delays. And this whole kind of like, you have games. I think Microsoft would be more aggressive with making a market push for quality content if Game Pass didn't exist. I think,
of course, because you know why? Because when you have to build a product that people have to pay for, they have to purchase that product. You have to give them a compelling reason to purchase that product. You can't just shovel shit out.
Yeah, sorry. Like,
you can't just shovel stuff out there like that. When you're on a service, you can just dump all these games and say, "Hey, look what we got. We got this. We got that." But people are like, "Okay, well, it's all in the service.
Whatever your name is,
I'll give it a try." But these are a lot of these games are games that people normally wouldn't even purchase.
Yeah, it's a like a yeah.
And I said
this
about Halo. I said this about Halo. If you're expecting, if you're, you know, you can't sell see, Microsoft wants it both ways. They want to sell these games in retail, sell a retail copy of the game, incomplete game for $60 and put it in a service. If these games are only available in this service, it may be more acceptable, but they're selling these games for $60. These are still retail price games that they're giving us.
Halo was a $60 game. They're complaining about $70 games. Halo was a $60 game without the goddamn multiplayer, which was free to play. But you're telling me Halo campaign and no co-op and no Forge and none of that stuff, you can't replay single player missions. That was a $60 product.
We're real Halo fans asking for what they got when it comes to Halo Infinite, free to play multiplayer, bare bones multiplayer, bare bones roadmap so far as far as content, a campaign that was missing core features that were available in Halo 1. I don't think the fans were asking for this.
No, they were not asking for this stuff. And talk about a service game that they can't figure out the service for it. And seeing Halo in the state that it is, it's just, you know, it is what it is. Like, it's still a mess. And I just had when you came on, the $12 Armor set. And Paul Tassi is like going in on Halo. Meanwhile, he was like, I kind of like Halo. And then it's like, yeah, everybody now is pulling back. So it's been a rough couple of weeks for Microsoft. Like, Xbox has been starting with the Halo camp and the Halo fail of Season 2, then getting the whole DRM shit over the weekend, then getting the delay of both Bethesda games coming from that, then on top of that now getting the issues about Starfield that just came out, which we'll talk about, the Starfield issues that, you know, that happened. Like, the damage control is at an absolute high. And the thing is that some of the shit is floating to the top now. Like, I always said, everybody's going to have a different threshold with Xbox. I had a different threshold, and Salty had a different threshold, and Red Dragon had a different threshold. Like, we were all Xbox fans. Everybody had different thresholds. And I saw the writing on the wall with this thing, and I just could not take it anymore. And I just started, and just got worse.
You're my number
and worse and
one
worse.
customer.
But everybody has a different threshold. Halo could be the threshold for a lot of people. And now, when you look at it, you can't damage control all this issues. Like, and all this is doing, and this will come to the last topic when I get to it, because we've been bouncing around, and I want to talk about the other two things. But, and I'll come back to this. But the one thing that we've seen that what this is doing is putting so much pressure on June 12th. All this negativity, all this stuff. And what's hilarious about this whole situation that's been going on for the last couple of weeks is that not even Xbox or the Xbox checkmark influences are even hyping up June 12th, which makes me think that this show, just like every other kind of do or die this year for Microsoft, has to be do or die. I don't think this show is going to deliver on what it needs to. I think that this is another kind of placeholder. They're going to focus on Game Pass for the holiday and rest on the laurels of Starfield. And that's what they're going to do. You're not going to see blowouts of all this other stuff. But we'll get to that for the final thing once I get some, when we get to some of the other topics. I want to do the Starfield and the other one. We talked about Halo being a mess. People unsubbing the Game Pass. We'll get into that there. The one thing I want to just, do a palate cleanse here with over 200 people watching. Hit that like button. Talking about the PlayStation Now rolled out in Asia, right? And I have the video here of a demo of what it looks like on what it is on PlayStation. So here, I'm going to show it here. So big things have been coming out here with that this PlayStation Now, and we're talking about service games. And I know, I've been seeing it. All right, here we go. Before we move off for the Halo, here he is. Put him in the chat. Turn down your volume. Fernando. There he is. Fernando. I need to find out what happens to Fernando. Oh, in the air at night, that once my light. Fernando. Where is he? What happened to Fernando, the pilot? Master Chief pilot bitch that drives him all over the place now because Master Chief pat him on the back saying, don't worry about it. I got yelled at by my daughter. She yelled at, saying, she's trying to sleep. Now you got me in trouble yelling out Fernando. See? The family's yelling at me. They don't want to hear my ass saying Fernando. Fernando. He's like, I've been touting you around here. You see me out of space. And then Bootleg Quintana's like, what's your name? I don't want to call you Bootleg Joel anymore. And there's spoilers. He goes, it's Fernando. And I'm like, Fernando. Major spoilers. They couldn't reveal his name. I'm still looking for his stupid ass at Target. I want the Bootleg Joel Fernando action figure. Please. The real life goddamn booster. I want the real life friggin' booster. That is goddamn Booster's nephew's cousin's former roommate. Goddamn Fernando. Oh, I will derail. I could go on and on and on about Halo. That is a trigger word. I got you, Kyle. Don't worry. It's a trigger word for me with goddamn Halo, and I go down the rabbit hole or the Fernando hole, whatever the other bullshit is, because they have destroyed that fucking franchise. Link, did you? Oh, shit, Link, look at this. I yelled Fernando so loud, the link fell out of the chat. Look at this. I lost everybody. See what I do for you grinders? I started singing Fernando. Link left. My family's yelling at me for yelling. I'm back to the Grindhouse bachelor party again. But I got over 200 people here. I hang out with you guys and girls. That's what happens. I start singing, everybody leaves. I get yelled at. The Fernando hole. Goddamn bootleg Joel. Real life booster. Link dropped out. Fallout is your trigger word on Angel? Wow. Yeah. Halo's my trigger word because that is absolutely mess. Ambassador Fernando. I should change the profile picture to goddamn Fernando. Oh. Oh, man. This is what they do. They go like this to their, where the hell is it? Oh, here it is. They're like this. This is what they say to the Twitter checkmark guys. They go like this. They go,
"Sir, do we get the win this time?"
They're trying to look for that W. They're looking for that W. They're like, do we get to win now? Fernando. What? My name is Fernando. Fernando. In the air. Now I can't stop singing. Fernando. I know you once, Fernando. I knew you well. I don't even know the friggin' words. I gotta get the words. I see you there, Fernando. I knew you there, Fernando. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. The Grindhouse. The bells are ringing. Palate cleanse. Palate cleanse. Fernando's buying Destin drinks. Now, Destin's signing postcards. Oh, my God. It's a gag gift. Everybody got the gag gift Fernando. I don't know where it is. The bootleg Joel needs to be found. I want to see bootleg Joel. But anyway. Fernando. Oh, they'll talk about Master Cheeks. Oh, God. We can't talk about Master Cheeks. God damn it. I don't know. I saw that CGI. Oh, my God. Sing about the campfire. I was thinking about the fireplace. But anyway, on to some crazy news. So this is the demo. I'm going to let it run in the background, if it works, of what the PlayStation Plus, the new PlayStation Plus looks like on the dashboard. They got the game catalog, the monthly games, classic games, PlayStation Plus collection, and exclusive discounts. And I'm telling you right now, Grinders, if this thing becomes what it might be, we got this is gonna put pressure on that. So that whole little cute little tweet that they made today, that everybody's celebrating, little Xbox getting a little rowdy, a little spicy. Yeah, the first party AAA games is what's gonna define Game Pass. I always said it, but they're deflecting. I'll talk about it. But here we go with the game catalog, right? So this is the demo of what it looks like as we're going through the PlayStation game catalog. Right here. So you can see they run through it pretty fast, but they got it laid out with the classic games, catalog, game trials, and it's not as many games as they initially launched. So I think when it comes over here, they're going to be more games. That's probably why they waited to come here, because they probably want to add another few weeks of adding games to it. So it's up at that thing. But yo, it looks slick as hell. And they got achievements. They got achievements. Oh shit, pause. They got trophies in the classic games, dude. And they're showing up in the store, and they're ranging around $10. And they got the game trials, 5-hour trials for some of these games. There, some of them have 5-hour trials. And there. Trophies and online play for classic games. Exactly. Oh, man. Look, they got a trial Biomutant. That stuff. Not bad, not bad. Yeah, so, like, dude, this thing is going to be legit, man. And I see a lot of people, too, like, in this whole I'm canceling Game Pass stuff, going, like, I'm going to sign up for PlayStation Plus. Like, this is just poor timing for everything. Like, Microsoft delaying its two biggest games. I get Redfall. I don't know why the fuck Redfall's getting thrown in as biggest game. It's not. But, like, having their two games being delayed and having people just going, I'm kind of like, I'm going to change service, and having this Sony, like, hey, we got a service for you. You want to try this out? It's just like, you can't ask for a worse situation for Phil Ness and crew for this thing to roll out now like this. All these games. And you want to see something? This caught my eye. Look at this first selection right here. Like, look at this. When you hit pause. Oof. Are you kidding me? These first three lines. Yo, JAYDUB, what's up, man? JAYDUB is here. Derail the shot. I see him.
What is up, my brother? What is up?
How you doing, JAYDUB? Oh my God, he's a popular dude, man. He's been hard to get on the show. I know he's been busy. He's on vacation. How you doing, man? I haven't spoken to you in a while.
Yeah, it's been a minute, man. Hey, everything's just been crazy with me, man. And but I'm able to, pop my head in and say hello to all the grinders and everything else.
Yeah, man. Shout out JAYDUB, man. Thank you. Yo, so I'm going through that. I don't know if you saw the leak of what, not real leak, but somebody captured what the PlayStation service looks like over in Asia.
In Asia, yeah. There's a lot of people right now that are creating these Asian accounts because they want to access it and see what's there.
Oh.
And here's the thing with that. There's going to be, I believe there's a different amount of games.
Yes,
there's different type of games to fit that particular market. Some people are already starting to complain about 50 hertz, the PAL versus the 60 hertz NTSC and stuff over here in North America. I'm like, guys, let the stuff launch before you go to crying and whining about it. It's like, come on, man.
I know, man. Yeah, because I figured that's why it's rolling out there, and it's going to be here sometime in June, because they're probably going to be adding more games over the next 4 weeks or so, because they said the number in the announcement. They said 600, 400 games, but I do think it's
actually it's 700 plus total.
700 plus, yeah, with the plus one. But I'm going to say this first 3 lines of this catalog is insane. Here it is, ready? Spider-Man Miles Morales, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Demon Souls, the PS5 version, 2K22, Ghost of Tsushima, Red Dead Redemption 2, Guardians of the Galaxy, Nikuro 4, Nikuro, whatever that guy is, Spider-Man Remastered, Returnal, Mortal Kombat 11, Death Stranding, Forza Horizon, and God of War.
I'll tell you, man. That lineup that you say there is better than anything the competition has to offer. It is what it is.
It continues. There's the Crew 2, which 2K21 Golf, Bloodborne, Control, Injustice 2, Control Ultimate Edition.
Wow.
Wait, then it keeps going. Then they got then here's a couple, and now none of those are indies. All right, so we got Injustice 2, Final Fantasy 15 Royal Edition, For Honor, Friday the 13th, there's an indie, Human Fall Flat, Overcooked 2, Wreckfest, Days Gone, Batman, Detroit Become Human, Shadow of the Colossus, and now here are your hits. Second Son. Dude, this list is insane. They got
more AAA blockbuster IP. Goaties.
Yo, they got they got the Little Hope, and they got the whole that scary, supermassive scary games, Little Hope, and the other one. They got those in there as well. All the Final Fantasy games.
Oh yeah. They do have that.
Yeah, I noticed that in there. I was like,
Until Dawn is in there. Yeah.
Until Dawn, they got that. Everybody's Golf is in there. That's that one wasn't in there. Last Guardian, and then you got this is just Jesus. Holy
and you haven't even got to the PS1, PS2, and the PS. What's going on, brother? How's everything going?
Great. What service we talking about?
Oh, PS+. I was really reading the first few lines, dude. And exactly, Leech, not even trying. This is not even trying, dude. This is crazy. This is just a launch of this thing, but this is what happens when you have, and again, this is not for me. I played a lot of these games, so it is what it is, but the fact is that they are this is the whole point. You make incredible content, and now you're able to put that content as leverage in a service. Now, there's some games in here that I actually traded, and I bought them physically, I beat them, and I traded them in. Now I have them digitally. So that's another aspect of this whole thing where, I don't have Everybody's Golf. I traded that in, but now I want to play it. Everybody's Golf was cool. I traded it in because I wasn't playing it, but now having access to it digitally, I was going to buy it, which is interesting about it. Medieval, I never opened. I have that physical. I got rid of that. I never finished that game. So you're also getting digital versions of games that if you bought them physically, I could even say
even the PlayStation 1 games.
All the PlayStation 1 games, yeah. I didn't even get to those yet.
If you bought those, if you bought those digitally with the PS3 or whatever, they're going to be accessible to you, for free.
Yeah.
And you get trophy support.
And get trophy support. Yeah, Resogun's in here. There's Matterfall. That was from I think that was from Housemarque. Matterfall. That was the last game before Return.
I love that game. Love that game.
That game was pretty damn good. That had all the voxels and stuff in it. But that one, let me see. Yeah, they're still going with this one. Okay, so then he goes to the classic games. So they got they got Chaos Bane from that. All right, they're gonna switch it to Werewolves Within. That's a VR game. I have that.
Yep.
But this is not even the tip. That's right, man. This is not even trying. Like,
listen,
and then here come the classic games.
Without even going to the PlayStation 1, PlayStation 2, and PlayStation 3 games, what you've read off so far is 10 times better than anything that's in Game Pass.
Yes,
I mean,
it's current too.
Tunic. It has Tunic, So I'll be honest, man. I know the guys like to say, well, what about the day and dates? It's like, listen.
Day and dates, dude.
You haven't really, Xbox hasn't really released any day and date games like that yet. You know what I'm saying? The games that we really want. So technically, you're still waiting. So PlayStation Plus is going to launch. It's going to have more subscribers than Game Pass day one, only because there's more PlayStation Plus.
And they're merging them together, yeah.
Yeah, there's like 45 million PlayStation Plus subscribers already. And then on top of how many, PS Now subscribers, you're going to have to add that together because it's all in one now. So it's going to be hard, right? Even if Sony doesn't do the day and date putting day, they don't have to. They just have the games that people want to play.
And what's incredible is that what I just read, that is PS5 and PS4 games. If you look at what's in Game Pass, a majority of what they are reliant on is 360 games. It's Gears 2, Gears 3, Gears 1, Halo, all the games that they released in the 360 era is the games that carried Game Pass. And then in the Xbox One, they didn't do shit. Sea of Thieves, State of K2, they really didn't have anything in the Xbox One generation. And I said this so many times, like, what they did with the Xbox One, that black hole of games from now to back into 2016, 2015, this black hole is going to be carried along with them because right now people are frustrated. They already played the stuff from the 360 era that's in Xbox 360. They have played the stuff that you released in Game Pass now, and it has not held up the quality standards. State of Decay, Sea of Thieves, Halo, like all these Grounded coming out of goddamn beta, like it's been beta for 2 friggin' years. The quality of games have dropped. You're in this pit right now. And you got hopes and dreams and clip art of the promise of the future. So you got these people sitting there in a stalemate while Sony's been releasing this content for the last half decade before that. And now they're putting all that stuff in a service. They get in third-party support to put in that service. And then they're going to their back catalog. Microsoft blew their load already. They can't go back and rely on 360 back compat again. It's over. They did it. It's done. Sony's just getting started with this list. Sony's just going to start right now with PSP, PlayStation, and PlayStation 2. And they got all the PS3 games in there. Yes, they're streaming, but you have access to all those. And I'm telling you, I play these games, some streaming games, to a console, Ethernet wired in. They work fine.
Well, let me say this.
I'm not on a 5-inch phone at McDonald's, though.
For all the naysayers about PlayStation Plus streaming, how can you knock PlayStation Plus streaming, but you're okay for xCloud?
Exactly.
You're hyping xCloud. Like, come on, you can't. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Call it what it is.
Yeah, but also too, they're hyping up streaming to a phone out at the bank.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is bullshit. I'm talking about streaming plugged into an Ethernet on a console that's meant to play it on a TV screen where the game is meant to be played, not on a 5-inch screen with a strap on and a goddamn friggin' control that I got to buy and walk around on my goddamn fanny pack with. That's not realistic.
The crazy thing about it is PlayStation been having remote play since
I've done
forever.
That. I've booted up my
been
PlayStation.
able to have that capability forever. So
exactly,
they get no extra kudos for that. So yeah, it is what it is. It's a great value.
Absolutely not.
Nope. It's a great value, and it's cheaper than Game Pass.
Exactly.
$120 a year.
Or $100 for all those games, which is $80 cheaper than Game Pass. And Game Pass still does not have a 1-year subscription. See, Sony has all 1 year subscriptions, which are cheaper than the monthly payments. Everybody wants to say
All
15.
right, so how much is how
Yeah.
much is the highest tier of PS Plus
It's
for a year?
$120 a year,
$100 a year. Yeah.
or
How much is
$17
it
a year.
monthly though?
17.
$17.99.
You're getting a $60 savings or something like that.
Okay,
Or
so yeah, it's
How
cheaper to
much
pay
is
by the
Game
year.
Pass? Game Pass a month is $15.99.
15. It's
So-
$14.99 a month, and there's no 1 year. If you buy 6 months of Game Pass, the most that they sell you is 3-month intervals at $45. That's as much as you could
They
buy.
don't
You
want
got to
you.
buy a bunch
Yeah,
of those.
they don't.
Yeah.
They like
But-
that monthly shit. They don't want you to be able to buy it for a year.
They need to change their model around, because what Sony did was that they have the discount for the year, which is smart, because then you don't get people to jump month to month. Like, people will lock themselves in for a year, and you got them in for a year. You don't have the peaks and valleys of the whole I'm jumping on, I'm jumping off, and all this other stuff. Plus, there's so many more games in this service that you're getting with this, and you're online, because you got to remember, and this is the thing, like I brought up with Destin's bullshit, was when Destin was going like, well, you know, a Game Pass is talking about the hype of Game Pass. It's like, you know, there's a $10 Game Pass for Xbox that's pretty much useless, because if you spend $10 for Game Pass on Xbox and don't have Xbox Live, you can't play the games that you get in Game Pass. You can't play Gears Online. You can't play Sea of Thieves. You need Xbox Gold in order to play those games. So if you just pay $10 for Xbox console Game Pass, you don't even get all access to those games.
Yeah, you got to have Ultimate.
You need Ultimate. $96 savings. Thank you, Toolman. So the 1 year is a $96 savings for PlayStation Plus. Xbox doesn't have that yet. But yeah, exactly. You need Live in order to... So you need to pay $15 on Xbox to maximize Game Pass. You can't pay $10 and not have it. So whereas Sony always had PlayStation Now, whatever games went in there, PS3 games, even PlayStation 4 games and PlayStation Now, you did not need Plus to play those games online.
Yeah.
So when they put like Rainbow Six in there and stuff like that, you didn't need PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now. There were two independent services. Whereas, and that is a benefit, because now PlayStation is able to leverage the $60 option, which is the basic pack, which gives you the 2 games a month, and they also give you online. Microsoft, they want to put people at $15 a month, apparently. Like, they want that base price. They want to take the $5 dudes that are paying $60 for Live, and they want you to pay $15 for Game Pass. That's what they want to do. That's the internal struggle that Microsoft is facing right now with this service. They want you to go from 5 to 15. And if Game Pass games with gold is not an indication that they don't give a fuck about you $5 players, there you go. Games with gold is basically a kick in the nuts while they're friggin' punching in the back of the head. Like, that's what it is. Because those games are disgusting. Those games are just like, I don't even know where the fuck they're pulling those games out their ass. They're booties.
Well, they're reshuffled. And you got to think about this, right? It's, at the end of the day, it's about what games are in your service.
Exactly. It's content.
And I think everybody has been saying that about Game Pass. Is Game Pass a great value for what it offers? Yeah, it is. But here's the thing. If it doesn't have the games that you want to play in there, it's kind of useless. And that's why Microsoft has that. Well, you can do the whole month to month thing, which is going to be better for us because you're paying more money. But at the same time, I guess in their model, they're counting for every time you subscribe and you drop your subscription, you subscribe again, they get to say, hey, we have a new customer. So they get to use those numbers all over again and say, we're plus 30%, or, we got 130% increase in subscribers, even though, it's
the rotating.
It's all bullshit.
Effect.
It's all bullshit.
It's all bullshit and numbers and manipulation. That's what I mean. It's all fake. It's all fake hype. It's all bullshit. Here's Wild Doms. Here's the trophy list that just came out. So they're putting trophies in this. And then I got to find where I have the gameplay. So I'm playing Abe's Odyssey Retro and showing how to use the rewind feature. And they have resolution thing. Where the hell is it? I had it here. Where is it? I think Hunter posted it. Let me see so I can find it. But yeah, did you see any of the game? Like, so like it's gonna be. And what the thing is like what you're saying is that when you look at Game Pass on Xbox, like that is their main achievement is trying to get you on that service. That's if them not buying $77 billion of publishers to funnel into this service, it shows how desperate and dire they need content in this service. And that's where a lot of this is coming from. I feel like Microsoft is doing a swing for the fences, and because $25 million in that amount of time, it's not working. They tried to do it, and nobody brings this up. But look at the increase of Xbox Live last year in February when they tried to do that. That was like attempt number 2 to try to get people to go from Xbox Live to Game Pass subscribers, to get you to upgrade from 5 to 15. It was to make Game Pass, it was to make Live look more expensive and not as enticing, and going like, oh damn, what? $120 a year for that trash ass games, for those games with gold just to play online? Oh my god, I'm just gonna pay $120. I'm just gonna pay $180 and do Game Pass, because now I get those trash games, plus I'm gonna get all these other games that are worth the damn that I could play online. That was the whole reason why they're increasing Xbox Live. It wasn't like they were adding any features to Xbox Live. It wasn't like they were adding new and improved, like, dedicated servers. They did nothing. They were just increasing the price to fucking make it look bad so that you go to Game Pass. It was manipulation against everything that Phil said in 2015. This is a product for the gamer, not for us, but for the gamer. Bullshit. You were manipulating them by overcharging for a cheaper service to make it look like the more expensive service was the better way to go. And that's what you did. People forget why that happened. Oh, but we stopped them. You think they forgot about it? You think Phil and Satya forgot about that fucking shit?
Yeah.
Oh, come on. It's coming back, and it's going to come back in spades. Get ready. You want to see the Call of Duty pass and stuff. They are going to come back to that, because their goal is to get you on Game Pass, because that is their lifeblood. $15 a month. That is to get you off the console. Those dudes paying for Xbox Live, they're locked to one platform. Phil don't want that. He wants you independent so he could drop the fucking hardware and then just say we're all over the place now. We're a goddamn virus. We're on anything we could be on. We're a virus. That's his goal. That's not my goal. I don't want that, but that's what they want. And they're buying time. And no one else, JAYDUB. No, the other thing is, all those dudes that stacked. Remember they stacked this Xbox?
Yeah, I remember for 3 years.
Yeah, started in 2019. When's 3 years up?
Here's the thing. So they stacked up for 3 years. They got no payoff of it. No big blockbuster AAA games. None of those.
You think that's on purpose?
4 to 5 AAA games a year.
You think it's on purpose, dude?
And now their subscription is about to expire, like early next year.
Mm-hmm.
So did Microsoft, did they really trick gamers and say, fuck it, let's let them stack it for a couple of years. By then, we'll have some games to give them. But, we'll just do it there, and we'll buy off some journalists and some checker marks, and we'll just, ride it for a few years until people start to catch on. And once they catch up and the jig is up, then we have to start releasing some games in it.
Exactly. And what do you think? And what do you think? You think that he would delay games for, like, games not being delayed a couple of months, dude? They're getting delayed. Halo got delayed a year. Like, and they didn't. And know what else? They didn't tell you the release date of it. They kept you in the dark, thinking that it might release summertime, it might release in the fall. Like, nobody knew. So that whole, like, kind of question mark kept you subscribed to know whenever Halo drops. You didn't even know that they promised that they wouldn't drop the two separately. Even when he delayed it, he goes, oh no, we're delaying it because the campaign's not ready and I don't want to release it separately. And what did they do?
Yep.
They released it separately. Campaign came out in December 4th. The multiplayer came out in November.
Yep.
They separated it. Like, he said the reason why they were going to delay it, I don't want to, they lied and delayed it a whole fucking year.
Mm-hmm.
You look at They promised the date of Starfield. And then, where is it now? Oh, the first half of 2023. If they don't announce a release date of Starfield at that June showcase, that is going to be a super fuck you to all the Xbox guys. Like that is basically milking you more for Game Pass. And this is what I said, and I said this to Crap Gamer on the bullshit. I said this to all these guys on the shows. I said this to them on Crossfire. I'm like, why are you signing up for Game Pass right now if the game that you want to play is in November?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you paying $15? I don't even know if he is, but even for people that are saying Game Pass is wonderful right now, what are you playing right this second that you're hyped for Starfield, but you're paying now for Starfield? That's why I don't even believe these other dudes. Well, I'm canceling Game Pass for Starfield. I'm like, why are you paying for Game Pass now for a game coming in November? You're going to pay, what, $60 to wait to play a game that you want? Makes no sense. Just pay for it. Just jump on. That's what I do. When a game comes out, or even like when Psychonauts came out, I was like, yeah, I'll wait. And then Forza came out. I'm like, okay. And then Halo, I was like, oh, I'll sign up for a month. I'll get to try them all out. You have to play them all. And I beat Halo within my 14 days. There you go. I got 2 more Game Pass months. I'm holding on to them. And wait. And then on top of that, if Starfield is the game that everybody wants to play and it's the biggest game, like it's incredible, do you really think that people are going to sign up for Game Pass to play it? They will just buy the game. If the game looks like it's worth it, if the game, nobody would have an issue to buy it. So Microsoft is in this fucking weird-ass stalemate of like, you think if Starfield is good and looks incredible, that's going to drive Game Pass. It's not going to. People will just buy the game. Nonetheless, probably a majority of people are just going to buy it on Steam. Look how much Steam sales work. Steam sales don't go down because Xbox Game Pass.
Yeah,
actually,
you're right.
Steam sales shoot up. People buy the games that they want to play.
The majority of the gamers that bought Halo and Forza bought it on Steam. They bought it on PC.
Exactly.
And let's face it, right now PC is carrying they're carrying Xbox when it comes to their games. I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. If the only game that you have coming out that you really care for is Starfield, now that game isn't coming out to next summer, potentially next fall. Man, like damn. Like, why would you keep subscribing to this service? You know there's not any gonna be, and people keep saying, wait to E3, wait to June 12th. And I'm like, you've been saying this exact same thing for the last 9 years. Yep. Wait to E3, wait to Comic-Con, wait to this, wait to that. It's a perpetual cycle. And here you are, 2 years, going on 3 years into a next generation. You have no games, and you're still telling people to wait. What the hell are they waiting for? At what point, right? Does it kick in for you that, hey, listen, I've wasted all these years of my life on something that's never going to happen? Like, when do you think that's going to kick in? Do you think that's ever going to kick in? For
and that's the thing. I think everybody has different thresholds of just being fed up with it. And but what you're seeing is when people start speaking out and kind of addressing their concerns, you have the positive police coming around trying to tell them not to worry. It's not that serious. Don't worry about it. Listen to my show. Do this. And you see that they're trying to pacify or deflect the situation. I'm complaining about games being delayed. I'm upset that the games were delayed. There's a problem with management. This is not the only issue with these consoles, like with these games. Halo had some management issues. They had Joseph Staten had to come in there. There's a management issue with the quality control. We've been saying this for years. This is not a one-off that Starfield's delayed and then you see the Starfield news. Oh shit, surprise, there's fuck-ups going on over there as well. Uh-oh. So, but then you got these people going, you try to do Phil's job. Oh, you're toxic and attacking me. And then here come all the check marks to defend her. And it's all about positivity and this. And guess what happens? It becomes about her. It becomes about positivity and inclusivity. It becomes all that stuff. And we forget the main point of the complaint was the fucking first-party games not coming. Today, another example of it. There were people that said I'm canceling Game Pass. Whether they're posers, whether they're fucking fakes, I don't care. But the news was out that people did not want to subscribe to Game Pass because the games they want to play are not coming anytime soon. Kotaku, they fucking suck as a news article, whatever the hell they are, but they reported on it. They said, hey, and it's not just them. A whole bunch of other websites are reporting on, these influencers. You want to use them for good? Well, now guess what? It backfired on you. Now, basically, they're complaining that they want to cancel it. Okay? Now you're drawing attention to that by writing your article. Well, here comes Xbox Game Pass account. Well, you act like, show me you don't play AAA games without telling me you don't play AAA games. Here they come, deflecting. Everybody's like, and all the fucking clowns that liked it. Do you, it's like people laughing at their own mama jokes.
Jazz, it's a cult.
It is. It is like old school in the schoolyard. Somebody's making fun of your mom, and you're laughing as hard as they are about. That's what this is. Do you realize you're mocking yourself by liking that fucking shit? The other girl said she don't play games, and you're liking and defending that. Do you realize you fucking clowns are mocking yourselves? You're not justifying yourselves as fucking being even in a conversation of gaming, because all you're doing is double downing on fucking bullshit. This doesn't it doesn't make Xbox look better. It makes you look even worse. It proves that the jokes that people have been making about Xbox are actually fucking true.
Absolutely.
They are even admitting to their own. They're admitting to all the shit that people are saying about no AAA games in the service. So what are they going to say now, Jazz? What is the cult going to say now?
I don't know. They're deflecting every which way, dude. They have dug, and know what it is? It signifies just desperation of no games. They don't have a game to rest their fucking hat on. They don't have any content, any promise. You could look a Game Pass subscriber straight in the face right now and ask them, what's coming out next month that you're going to play in Game Pass? And what they're going to do is run to their list. I heard this on Spaces. They're going to run to their list and go, Assassin's Creed Origins comes out next month, and For Honor.
Those are old games.
Are you fucking kidding me? And then telling me that PS Now sucks. Meanwhile, they got Assassin's Creed Valhalla in there. You're talking about Origins showing up next month. Like, what? Who's waiting for that shit? Yeah. But they will go, well, that's what Microsoft's feeding me. Phil just pulls it out his ass and sticks it in my mouth. Like, I can't complain.
Let's
whatever your name is.
Those guys
get ready for the big surprise.
I hate to say it, but there's nothing that Microsoft could do or Phil could do that would make those guys go anywhere else or do anything else. They love Microsoft Corporation. They don't care about the games, right? Because we've seen the ambassador. In order to be an Xbox ambassador, you only have to have a 1,500 game score. Exactly. So we know there's a low cost of entry there. We know why they want to hide their gamer scores and their trophies, right? We know that. It's just it is what it is. And listen, I don't knock those guys for loving those corporations. That's who they love. That it is what it is,
Don't bring that shit over here.
At some point,
you're my number one customer.
You have to get fed up. And I thought last generation was going to be the end all be all, where guys was like, you know what? We went through torture this generation. Microsoft never recovered. I'm jumping ship, or I'm going to PC or PlayStation or something like that. The guys doubled down. And Phil launched 2 next generation consoles with not one single game. Crazy. And I thought that was going to be the straw that broke the camel's back, right? World's most powerful console, but no game to play on it. All they got to play is old Xbox 360 game, back compat, and stuff like that. So a year passed by, and when they finally got some games, they got the Medium and the Falconeer, right? And so I thought that was going to be the straw that broke the camel back. Why, PlayStation gamers are playing Spider-Man, Miles Morales, and Demon Souls, and all these other great games, right? And then, the Horizon came out, Sifu's, and the Gran Turismos and stuff like that. All while these guys are sitting here saying, well, our games are going to come. Wait till 11/11/22. Wait till 11/11/22. You guys are going to see when we get that one game that may possibly be good, right? While you guys are enjoying a big buffet of random games and stuff like that. And then Microsoft comes out and says, yeah, you know what? that game that we promised you on 11/11/22, we're gonna push that around to mid 2023.
6 months.
And that other game that was you might not have been interested in, but we're gonna move that shit along with it, right? And so now you have the whole year of 2022 with no games, and now you're saying, well, just wait to E3, wait to June the 12th for E3,
Right.
and then we'll see. Like, when has E3 come? And they've just released a ton of games during E3. That had
doesn't
never
happen.
happened.
No, it's not.
It never happens.
You're right.
Games don't come at
No,
E3.
and if they show
Games-
Starfield at that thing, like, what is that
You
going
know-
to do? It's going to make people talk for 7 months, like a
It's-
year.
So you're going to see some more CGI trailers and stuff, and wait some more. That's exactly what's going to happen.
Thank you. That's proving my point.
Yes.
E3 is where you go to see what games are going to release in the future, not to actually go and get games then.
Mhm.
So
It's not going to change the problem that they have right now. Yeah.
sometimes they do some stealth demos, or maybe some indie game might drop, immediately.
They're not going to. But come on, the type of games that these guys want, let's face it, right? They can lie all they want. These guys want the games that we got. They want the blockbuster AAAs. Nobody.
They do.
Yeah, sure. It's okay to play the Tunics and stuff like that. Nothing's wrong with indie games. Nothing's wrong at all with that stuff.
Look at
But
40,000
let's face
likes, JAYDUB. Tell me you limit yourself to AAA without telling me AAA and all the check marks. Major Nelson, Mike Drop.
Exactly.
Dude, they're all coming out. So, like, do they really want the AAA games? Because it seems like a lot of them love this. This is what I mean. They're mocking themselves. There's Major Nelson. Look at Major Nelson coming out of the fucking woodwork with his flower shirt.
That shit was so embarrassing, man.
Well, the thing is, most of these people don't even play video games, so they can do this kind of
They can
stuff,
just
and
like
it doesn't really
just be
affect
part
them.
of the conversation.
That's
Is
true.
that what you're saying?
That's true.
They don't play games, so to them, all these delays and stuff, they're gonna keep capping for it because they're not playing games anyway, so it doesn't affect them.
Yeah, their marketing. Listen, and this is why I'm glad.
Tim Dog said 10,000 likes is a win. It's a win. He's counting the likes of that comment.
Look, I'm glad, right? This is why the FTC is going to crack down on this bullshit.
Yeah.
These guys have paid these guys off, whether it was monetary, whether it was free shit, right? Shout out to Felicia Day with the 7 Xboxes in her storage.
Yep. Screw Sony. They don't give her anything.
And all these guys with the free subscriptions and the executives coming on their podcasts and everything else, right? The club. Oh, we're gonna have event for you where you get to sit next to us and we'll buy you a few drinks and we'll talk to you and make you forget that you spent fucking thousands of dollars with no payoff on our Xbox consoles, controllers, and stuff and services, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they're basically ineffective. They're just buying these people off, and these people love these executives because they're so so available to them. It makes it seem like, I was in a party chat and I talked to Phil Spencer and Aaron Greenberg, and we did this, and like it's disgusting. I've never seen anything like this shit in my life.
It's disgusting.
I don't want to talk to Yoshida. I don't want to talk to Jim Ryan or Melhouse. I want the fucking games. Like, the best thing that ever happened in the history of gaming to me is when Jim Ryan walked out on that stage and said, enough with the talking. We're gonna let enough of me. Let the games do the talking. That's all I want to hear.
There it is.
Enough from me.
That's all I want to hear. I want you to go away and show me the games, and then I'm gonna hand you my money. That's the best thing ever. I don't want you to sit up here and blow smoke on my ass and lie to me and tell me this and tell me that and buy me a drink. I don't need any of that. I don't care about that. You're an executive. Just show me the IP that I want to play, and I'm good. Show me my PSVR 2. I'm good.
I got Jim Ryan right here, baby. Here he is.
From me. We're gonna have the games do our talking.
There it is, Jim Ryan.
You see what I'm
the
saying?
games do our talking. You're right. That's the best line. That's it.
Ear. I don't want. Listen, how many Xbox events we see, right? Where all of these old fuckers get on stage. They have crazy colored hair. They have these crazy
no
colored
shoes on, like barefoot.
Yeah. And they sit there and they act like they're cool and hip, and they talk about bullshit you don't care
call
about.
them cool dads.
And then
They're the cool dads.
they show you some CGI trailer, and then they spend the next hour telling you about how the CGI trailer is and what you can expect, and then when you get it, you get fucking Crackdown 3 or you get Bleeding Ass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and
like come on,
JAYDUB, like they were delaying goddamn Bethesda game. They had videos every month talking about the music, talking about the fucking violinist, the guy that played the piano, circle jerking, going, "This is the most ambitious game." Have Todd Howard sitting there talking to his guy that probably works for him, who's kissing his ass, and they're kissing each other's ass, sitting there, not even showing gameplay, but talking about like, this is going to be one of the most ambitious games I've ever made. You could go anywhere, but it's your story. What do you think? Well, boss, I think it's one of the best stories you ever told, boss. That's like the fucking grab ass in each other. It's bullshit. They delayed the game.
Just look at their last game, man. Just
Oh,
look at the last game. Like,
they said it's not his fault.
Fallout 76. Fallout 76 was a 34, 43 Metacritic score game. They did the same thing with that. They did the same exact
horrible game.
Bullshit.
So, but here's the thing, though. And maybe this is a recovering factor. Microsoft, Xbox, and Game Pass is that service where Microsoft will allow you to throw any kind of shit at the wall and then fix it up over the next 2 to 3 years. They did it with Sea of Thieves.
Oh yeah.
They collect your money.
Yeah, they do it with a ton of games. They just throw shit out there and say, you know what? Look at Halo, right? We'll throw it out there and we'll just fix it in the next couple of years, and then it'll be good. They did it with Sea of Thieves, right? They did it with all their other games, and that's a problem. That really is a problem. You don't want people to just be like, okay, well, we'll throw this shit out here any kind of way and get their money now, and then we'll spend the next 2-3 years fixing it up. And I feel like that's why they bought Bethesda, because Bethesda is right up that alley. Sure, we'll throw fucking Fallout 76 up there, and we'll spend 2 or 3 years working on it, and we finally got it where it's working and where it's good and stuff. And hooray for us, we stuck with it, right? It's that No Man's Sky effect, right? It's that type of shit.
Well, here he is. Look, here's Todd Howard on stage. Look, he's on stage, and for Fallout 76, dude. Listen to him.
Some of that excitement impressed you're still here.
People standing for him. Watch. Wait. Just what he says. See?
What they are. Take Fallout 76.
Oh, but he's not involved in it, though. Wait.
Exactly.
Listen, this is E3 stage.
A type of game we'd never done before. Had a lot of difficulties.
You're my number one customer.
That bullshit.
Of well-deserved criticism.
Jizz, I need that clip.
Oh, okay. I get the whole goddamn video.
The team kept working on it, and you kept playing it. And through all of that, something amazing has happened. It's thanks to all of you. This game has one of the best online communities we've ever seen. We made a post-apocalyptic survival game where you can do whatever you want, and everybody's nice to each other.
Oh, Lord.
What a Wait, he's basically saying that you fixed it. This is not the clip, JAYDUB, because guess what? This is not the one that I wanted, even though he says that this is something we never did before. But wait a second. There is the one that I watched, Fallout 76, when he hyped it up, and he was like, they had that stage where he was in the middle. Oh, here it is. And he's just waiting down Starfield. Oh, yeah.
And that's to talk about the next Fallout.
Uh-oh, here he is. Bomber jacket. Here he comes. Hit that like button, motherfuckers. There he is.
76 is a prequel to all the other games, and it's our biggest one yet. It is 4 times the size of Fallout 4.
Oh, did he just say that about Starfield? Oh, wait, keep going.
Set
There we
in
go.
the hills of West Virginia, you are one of the first to emerge into an untamed and very different wasteland.
Oh my. Oh my. No, I don't want to see it because I know it looks like fucking dog shit. I want to hear your hype for it.
It's a continuation. It's going to be a continuation of Fallout 76.
Underground,
right?
waiting for
this is
Reclamation Day. The day.
Oh, here it is. Oh, the span of the glorious world.
Distant weather systems.
Oh, here it is.
And landscape technology. It allows us to have 16 times the detail and even view distant weather systems across the map.
before we get into this ball washing of this, I just want to let the clip that I played before was the apology. We heard you bullshit, and they helped build and stick with the fucking trash ass game of Fallout 76. But just the year before, this is how this guy hyped up Fallout 76, that they say he wasn't involved. No, don't count that. Take that off his record. We dismissed that off the record. This is not the goddamn Johnny Depp trial. All right? Yep. You can't just say, you know what, I object. Remove that from his record. Motherfucker was on stage with the same trash-ass jacket, hyping up the fucking landscape.
Listen, Jazz, they launched an open world game with no NPCs.
Dude, but he had the trees and 4 times the detail of my fucking ball sack. That's what he said.
We always start with the world, and this time it features all new rendering, lighting, and landscape technology. It allows us to have 16 times the detail and even view distant weather systems across the map.
That was a lie. That was a lie.
Story of what it will be like for you and the other characters who were first to leave the vaults. But also, like many of you, we have always wanted to see what our style of game could be with multiplayer. So many of us talk about experiences in our games, but we've never experienced them together. So about 4 years ago, we hit upon an idea that is perfect for Fallout. Open world, survival, every person and character is real. And it was an idea that we just couldn't shake. We knew we had to do it and do it in a really big way. Now, I know you may have played survival modes in like some of our previous games or some other online games, and people wonder, is this hardcore survival? I like to think of it maybe, it's more softcore survival.
Oh, he's so funny.
Maybe that should be a new ESRB descriptor. Death never means the
4
loss
years,
of
he said. They thought about it. 4 years. But he's not involved, though.
Your character isn't tied to one server. As a matter of fact, you'll never even see a server when you play. You'll be in a world with dozens, not hundreds and not thousands of other players. It's the apocalypse. It's not an amusement park, okay?
Oh, he's so charming.
A wide open world with very few rules. We have a game more than any game that we've ever done.
You're my #1 customer.
Where you'll decide what happens. You'll decide the heroes and you'll decide the villains. Look, this is a whole new world for all of us here. And fortunately, our friends at Vaultec have made a series of informational videos for when all of us emerge together.
Anyway, yeah, and then this is his. So and he has like his little charm of his little Vault-Tec dudes. But you hear all the shit that he's saying, dude. I think he said all the same stuff about Starfield.
Right.
Like,
but listen, what was Microsoft going to have if it wasn't for Bethesda in 2022, which all those games got delayed? But what first-party game was coming?
I don't know.
What was coming?
Nothing.
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 There's no way you got all these studios and you can't put out a game. Come on, man.
Dude. Well, let me get to these super chats here. So, shout out to Magnum Visual to 2. He goes, Jez, did you see Gamepass tweeted at Kotaku? Yes. We're going to come to that in just 1 second. We were talking about it earlier, but there's one thing I wanted to show about that. Thank you again for that. And then over at Twisted Sync, new VIP, he goes, tell me lies, tell me sweet little lies. Oh, dude, that video is hilarious. I encourage everybody to go look up that video. Thank you, Twisted, on YouTube, and go look up that one, the Tell Me Lies. But look, this is the thing. This is what they sold us, and we saw the end product. So when you see this, when you hear Phil say that, and you see, like he tweets out, we delayed Crackdown because we wanted to make it the quality that you deserve. You saw the results of that apology. It did not match the apology. This guy hyped up Fallout 76. He didn't go, well, my partners over here are going to talk about it. I was talking about it for 4 years. We made the decision for multiplayer. He hyped the fucking shit out of that thing. And now people are going to go, oh no, he wasn't part of it. That was the B team. My dick team was working on that. Fuck that. He was on stage in the bomber jacket hyping up that shit and then apologized the next year saying you built the game that you wanted and stayed with us. Thank you for kissing my ass. Stay tuned for my next game. So now when you see these results, when this guy now comes out on June 12th and talks about Starfield being 16 times the Spaceballs and 12 times the fucking stars, and you could go anywhere you want to go, make it your game, the biggest we have ever did. Are you going to believe him? Fool me once, fool me twice, fool me fucking Phil Spencer infinite times. This is what I mean. Look at the results of the apology and then tell me how that's going to change. Why would you look at that and be hyped for anything this motherfucker is going to say about Starfield without seeing the game or playing it yourself? That's what I don't understand. Get a link. What are you going to say? Link was going to say something. Yeah, Link.
Well, I don't trust nothing he's going to say. I mean, he sat there and told several lies about the game. When it came out, it wasn't what he said it was. So I'm not going to trust. I don't play Bethesda games anyway, so I don't give a fuck about none of this shit. But I didn't play it before. I don't like Skyrim. I don't like Fallout. I've tried those games. They don't interest me. I'm not interested in nothing they got coming out. But, you know, for the people who were looking forward to those games, you know, I'm sure they're disappointed. But like I said, I wouldn't go by what they're telling you. You're going to have to just wait and be able and play the game before you get a real grasp on what it actually is. Because he's a salesman. That's his job, is to hype it up and to, you know, get you to want to, you know, get into this game, whether it be on Gamepass or purchase it, you know. But like I said, I'm not interested in it at all.
And then on cue, here it comes. You know, heaven forbid we hear about a studio at Microsoft that's ahead of the schedule or doing such a great job. Well, here comes the dude. Here we go. Starfield is in development hell, confirms an anonymous source. Take this with a grain of salt, but here you go. They're saying here that the flying was bad in playtest. The Creation 2 and the Engine 2 is a marketing slogan. It's just Creation Engine. They refactored the graphic modules of the engine and added a couple of new features, but it's not complete rebuild or overhaul. That will be obvious as soon as the game launches. Modders will tear them to shreds. Todd internally said, "We make games, not tools. The tool set is rusty. The content devs are sick of it. Building games on crap tools makes crap games." Number 2, since Bethesda Game Studios Austin released Fallout 76, they have not been working on a new game. They had most teams on 76 support and DL content. Until the acquisition of Bethesda Game Studios was releasing on all major platforms this game, Xbox and Microsoft wanted an exclusive to compete. So all the games were slated for Xbox and PC, I think he means, not PS. But cutting a platform removed a few headaches. This was with regards to whether a PlayStation version was in development, which I think Starfield will probably come out a year or so on PlayStation. Who knows? The source did not wish to make comments regarding the Elder Scrolls 6 or Redfall. So this is the source, and who is the source? Who knows the source is? But, you know, the only way that we could get past all this stuff, more developmental
believable.
Sounds believable. We haven't seen the gameplay. They seem to be hiding it. The game just got delayed until indefinitely 6 months of next year. So tell me that this game is going fine. Don't worry about it. And then let's piggyback that onto what happened with Halo, saying how that game was fine. Craig was fine until August when they delayed the game a year with no release date. And then it was fine just polishing for a year. It's going to be the best Halo given the extra time. And here's your evidence in Halo Infinite. 6 months into it, 2 maps, missing features, still no progression system. They can't figure out the battle pass. It is in a mess. And that was after a year delay that supposedly the checkmarks told me it was for polish. The game was fine. Craig was fine. They're fixing the graphics. The graphics don't look that much better than what was shown in June of last year. The make a do or die show.
Oh, speaking of Halo, Digital Foundry did a further analysis of it since it received its, latest update. And they did restore I don't know if you talk about this, but they restored the 120 FPS to the Series S version of the game.
FPS modes.
There it is.
Which are also
Link, sorry.
What were you?
No, I have the video. Yeah, what did they do? I didn't watch the video.
Well, so the Series S version, they restored the 120 FPS because they took it out. It was in the beta, then they took it out when they launched it. And I can tell why they took it out because it runs at 540p.
Yes.
So it's running at sub HD. And also there's some issue with frame pacing and stuttering at 60 FPS. And they even said in their video they've never encountered a game that runs at 60 that has improper frame pacing. That's normally an issue that plagues a game that runs at 30.
Yeah.
But for some reason, Halo running at 60 has improper frame pacing, which is baffling to them.
All right, here.
So this game is trash.
Dude, and it's not even like if the game looked like Forza Horizon or Horizon Zero Dawn, or if it looked like an incredible looking game, and you're like, oh well, you know what? They're just trying to squeeze it in. Dude, the game looks horrible. Like the game, look at this graphics. Like this is the high end. Let's see what they had to say.
That which are also aiming for 1080p, that is really far below. In fact, every single shot I counted was basically always 540p or so. Internally, I say internally because we know that this game uses a form of temporal reconstruction to bring it back up to 1080p, so it looks better than a straight 540p definitely would, but it combines with a number of aspects of the image here. The game uses variable rate shading tier 2.
I was going to say, Alex, because you said it looks better than a normal 540p image, but yeah. I'm actually not so sure, and that's down to VRS, which as we found is not necessarily a great fit for low resolution rendering, is it?
No, like in some of these side-by-sides here, you can see some really insane flickering or some really intense flickering. I mean, that almost look like macro blocks that you're used to seeing compressed content over YouTube. And like you're seeing here, my goodness, it can go so low res with that VRS. It just looks really, really chunky. That wouldn't be such a bad thing if the performance was awesome, but it's surprisingly variable. The indoor sections of the game that I tried out, the first 2 missions, run rather well. They're hitting 120 FPS pretty often, just with some sputters and bouts below 120 when things get more intense or when you move around rather rapidly. But that's not what Halo is. Halo Infinite has a lot of its gameplay in outdoor sections in that open world area, and as soon as the open world doors open, literally open, the game is running between 70 and 90 FPS near constantly. I'm not sure if this is GPU limited stuff or if it's the CPU getting hit in the open world there. It's hard for me to know. It's it's a console. It's never going to feel really smooth in the open world areas like it feels in the great indoor areas, which run rather well. So constant like 70 to 90, and it could probably dip below. And another thing I noticed is that when you're just like moving around, that there can be frame time dips above the 20 millisecond line, meaning that it would actually be below 60 FPS in that one instance. Yeah. So it's not so great in the open world.
Honestly though, Alex, 70 to 90 would be perfectly acceptable if VRR worked effectively in this game, and we'll discuss that in a moment, but there's still some issues there.
It doesn't.
Nemesis, John.
It doesn't. I don't want to hear this bullshit. It's like 7 hours of them just going to suck.
And I think it points...
I got the abbreviated version of this. Here we go.
Hey, wait, VRR doesn't even work on Halo. How is that possible? I watched the video. VRR does not work in that game.
Just issues that Halo Infinite has in
general. But it's going to save Xbox, apparently. I got the summary right here. Here it is.
Shit. God! Surrounded your given name with a foul stench. From this day forth, all the toilets in this kingdom shall be known as John's.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh no.
Holy Spirit,
shit.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate, activate, activate.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Oh, you know what, guys? Whenever we talk about Halo, I got this exclusive interview. I always got to play it. You know, like I always got to play my exclusive interview here. We got over 250 people watching the live video. Maybe they didn't hear this, but you come here for these exclusivities. I got an exclusive interview with the employee at 343 who recently left, and here it is right here. I'll play it again.
Cold pop. And then I thought somebody was barbecuing. I said, oh Lord Jesus, it's a fire. Then I ran out. I didn't grab no shoes or nothing, Jesus. I ran for my life.
She got out at 343.
And then the smoke got her. I got bronchitis. Ain't nobody got time for that. Ain't nobody got time.
Amazing exclusive interview. I'm so happy that she was able to interview. But she ran out of that 343 because it was a piece of shit, she said. She went on to continue, but yes, that was my exclusive interview.
Hey, Jez, did you talk about the head of Xbox Games? I don't remember what his name was. The guy who used to work for them.
Oh no, he's right here. Here he is, man. You got who needs the Grindsboard? We got the mental Grindsboard. We all have it in our head. Here we go. Ed Freeze, take it away.
Continuing to grow our first party.
So wait, first off, Ed Freeze was part of the documentary. He was one of the founding fathers of the Xbox. He was actually the Phil Ness. He was the Phil Spencer job. So Ed Freeze was in charge of first-party video games. Then Shane Kim, he gave it to Shane Kim. Shane Kim then handed it off to Phil Spencer. And then Phil Spencer did whatever he did and gave it to a dirty-ass booty to do the rest of the job. And, before we get into that, Booty got it now. So this is Ed Freeze talking about Xbox. Let's see what Ed Freeze said. The founding fathers of the video game console. Let's hear what he has to say.
Part of why I left actually was I was getting a lot of pressure to focus on profitability and not on, continuing to grow our first party team and the quality of the games that we were making. And I just thought it was a huge mistake. And then I think they went through years of kind of cost cutting. And then
But wait a second. Whoa. I got to go back to, he said the reason why he left is because they were putting pressure on him for profitability and not expanding their first party. Interesting. Let's see. Profitability, but everybody said everything's sustainable. Xbox profit.
Part of why I left actually was I was getting a lot of pressure to focus on profitability and not on, continuing to grow our first party team and the quality of the games that we were making. And I just thought it was a huge mistake. And then I think they went through years of kind of cost cutting and then ultimately realized, that they were losing the battle in first party, that Sony was consistently making better games than them. And now they're starting the process of turning that around. But it takes years to turn the ship in the game business. They've made some big acquisitions, some really big ones now. And so I think they're headed off in the right direction, but we won't really find out for a while.
Is there any change that you would make to the strategy or an addition that you would go for? Any move that Ed Freeze would make if he was there now?
The one thing that they're doing that makes me nervous is Gamepass.
Oh, really? Please elaborate.
Yeah, and
where'd it go?
Part of why their subscription service app just don't buy songs. It called Spotify that was created. Yeah, and the one thing that they're doing that makes me nervous is Gamepass.
Oh, really? Please elaborate.
Yeah, and Gamepass scares me because there's a somewhat analogous thing called Spotify that was created for the music business. And when Spotify took off, it destroyed the music business. I mean, it literally cut the annual revenue of the music business in half. And it's made it so people just don't buy songs anymore. People don't buy songs on iPhone, for example, because why would you if they're all on your subscription service app? I mean, Apple said they're going to take away buying songs because no one's buying them anymore. So we have to be careful we don't create the same system in the game business. I mean, these markets are more fragile than people realize. I guess, you know, I saw the game industry destroy itself in the early 80s. I saw the educational software business destroy itself in the mid 90s. You know, the guy who was on Shark Tank, the kind of nasty guy, he was part of that. They literally destroyed a multi-billion-dollar market over in a matter of a few years. And so Game Pass makes me nervous. As a customer, I love it. I love Spotify as a customer. Gee, I have all the songs I ever want. I can just play around with them. It's great deal as a customer. But that isn't necessarily great for the industry.
Wow. Damn. And he was on that Xbox documentary that they did about the Xbox 20-year celebration. And his job was Phil Spencer's job. His job was first-party studios. And he said he left because they were talking more about profitability and not building their first-party studios. Then they realized that they cannot hang with Sony, and therefore now they're trying to buy. And you hear him. Like you guys said, just wait. Just wait. It's going to take time. You guys think that next year is going to be any better than this year? We've seen it for the last 2 years. Every year it's an excuse that the next year is going to be the year that it happens. And that's if the games are good. All we hear is Playground Games doing more with less. Perfect Dark getting perfect help. Bethesda delaying a game that we haven't seen, but it's fine. Halo getting a year delay and looking like shit. Your first party studio game 343 in-house cannot utilize the features of the console with VRS and VRR and VAG and all the other terms that they like to use. Special ass delivery, milkman delivery in the back room. I don't know what the fuck they're doing over there. But all this shit, all the features of your console cannot be exemplified by your first party Halo game, the flagship game that created your box. Who the fuck else is going to do it? Nobody. If you can't do it, nobody's going to do it. And if your game cannot do that, what makes you think this litany of games that they have lined up is going to do it? Hell, they hyped ray tracing up when it was Project Scarlet. Ray tracing, frame rates, and this and that, and this and this, and all this other stuff. And what happened? Do we dare ask where ray tracing is? Hell, we can't even ask about AAA games without Xbox Game Pass getting their balls in a tizzy and trying to
Minecraft ray tracing. Where's Minecraft ray tracing?
What?
Minecraft ray tracing?
Yeah, where's that? Ooh, don't ask. Don't ask. They'll keep you in check.
They really aren't showing off all these features that they touted.
No, they didn't. But you can't call them out on it because then they deflect. So like I said before with this thing with Kotaku basically took the article and put it together. And I actually have another article here. Hold on. This one actually summarizes what went on today pretty good. And because this is why I want to kind of to address here. I have it here. Where is it? This article, Den of Geek. Very good article here. I was reading this thing. So is Xbox Game Pass too dependent on AAA new releases? As fans share stories of canceling their Game Pass subscriptions, the service dependence on AAA titles becomes a controversial talking point. Now, you saw Xbox's comment. Tell me you only play AAA games without telling me you don't play AAA games. Shaming the people that are saying, hey, I'm canceling Game Pass, whether it's true or not. I'm canceling it because they don't have the AAA games that was promised. I'll get you that too. Hit that like button because I got something for all you guys like this. So there you go. So basically they summarize, and this is what started it all. Gene Park from the Washington Post goes, I'm unsubscribing for Game Pass for the first time ever. Gotta admit, I barely use it and barely have used it for now. I'll be back but there's no point of having it now, which makes sense. If there's no AAA games and you're buying it for AAA games, why spend $15 when Microsoft's not giving you the forecast? They're not holding. Hey, like look how Sony released games in a cadence. They had Forza, they had Uncharted in January, and I said this before. They had Uncharted in February. They had they had Uncharted in January, Horizon in February, or Sifu February, Horizon and that month, and then Gran Turismo. Like, they had a couple of months lined up where you knew what you were getting. Microsoft needs to do that.
The problem is when you don't have a steady flow of content, when you have delays, they really hurt.
It does, and it costs people more money. Yeah, especially if you're subscribing,
because they don't have anything else. Sony could. I mean, I thoroughly expect God of War to come out. They're starting to show off all these accessibility features. I think they're going to get ready to start ramping up the exposing the game a little bit more and things like that. So I do believe it's going to hit its 2022 release window. But you can delay God of War because you have already put out titles in the first part of the year, and you have your third-party partners that you've made deals with games like Forspoken and Final Fantasy 16 potentially that could be coming out. So you're not in a situation where you don't have anything for a whole 12 months.
Yeah, exactly. You can't. Yeah, you can't. Like, and it was funny because everybody was making fun. Like when Forza and Halo came out, that like Sony has no games, and it's like, dude, you don't have anything after Halo. What's coming out? Oh, Stalker 2, and everything just kept getting delayed. Stalker 2, Crossfire X was forgotten about. That didn't even that became in Game Pass because they had nothing, and then Bethesda and Redfall, like, here you go, and Starfield out in the open. Like, and then you say, well, what's after Starfield? You don't know. And it's not like they have other games to fill in the gap. Like, if God of War doesn't come out, you still at least had a representative year with Horizon and GT7. At least there was something. And there was also Forspoken coming out, which is another thing that Microsoft really is not doing, is like, second party exclusive deals. People are like, well, Deathloop is gonna, and like, if they use June 12th to talk about Deathloop, I'm gonna fall out of my goddamn chair. So then Tony Polanco, and again, I don't know if these guys are looking for clout and shit, but all they did is they put the ill words of, they spoke ill of Game Pass, and now the internet is gravitating to this because you shall not speak ill of Game Pass, even though it doesn't give you shit, but they want donations for $15 a month. So then all this stuff, but then Xbox comes in, and instead of addressing the issue of AAA games, would have been a real nice thing that really would have been good? They should have said right here, stay tuned to June 12th. That would have been pretty interesting. But what I noticed is that nobody's really hyping June 12th. I think everybody realizes that Microsoft has not yet performed at these wait to E3s. Like, it's been too long. And I think they're kind of learning, because I think that if you look at this, it's really interesting because they're doubling down on the indie games and not the AAA content. So, and then Tony responds here. He goes, I don't think it. And now this is the response that people said, because I said now Microsoft is shaming people for like subscribing to Game Pass for just AAA games. Now, Kotaku's not no goddamn good journalism or anything, but all they did was just report on the trend that was going on from these tweets that people were talking about it. So Tony goes, I don't think it's right for the official Game Pass account to shame users who prefer AAA games. Just my opinion. I agree on that one. And then Jeff Grubb, surprisingly, checkmark here, he goes, I've been told I must comment on game discourse, but he does his mockery and stuff like that. So I don't even take this, like, he's basically going like, I don't want to keep Game Pass, but then you must hate indie games. When people do the math on Game Pass, no one ever says that plays customer. It for $15 indie games per year. Like, Microsoft's buying Activision for a reason. Anyway, here's my rare Varsity jacket. He's right. Everybody's excited about the Bethesda games in there. Microsoft wouldn't have bought Bethesda or Activision if indie games was the reason why Game Pass would be successful. No. Game Pass is not successful based off of indie games. That is just an addition to that. It's the big blockbuster AAA games. So for Xbox official account, this is not a fan. This is not Phil. This is not a diehard Xbox fan. This is their fucking official account. Going after a fucking video game website, even though it's a piece of shit Kotaku. And I said this in my tweet. These two going at it like this, it's like watching fucking bum fights. They're both pieces of shit. So we could both watch them bum fights smack each other in the center. Because you want to know what? Neither one of them mean anything for the gaming industry right now. Game Pass is not delivering it, and Kotaku fucking sucks. So bum fights away. Here you go. Hit that fucking like button. But let's talk about Xbox's messaging, because that's the fucking shit right there. let's talk about, let's shame people for AAA games, because let's see. I got something for you grinders right here. Let's see. Xbox Game Pass coming out here going, oh, tell me you don't play AAA games without telling me you AAA games. Well, let's see, because I remember they threw a little bit of shade at Sony's PlayStation Now service. And one of their big things was play brand new games on day one. Blockbusters. Excuse me? This you? Blockbusters? Wait, you said Blockbusters? Am I fucking forgetting something? You say play brand new games on day one. Blockbusters. This you? Yeah, that's fucking you. This fucking you. And indies. From, wait a second, next to the green heart, Xbox Game Studios. Excuse me? Excuse me? What, motherfucker? What did you say? Link, are you hearing this? Like, tell me you don't play AAA games without telling me you don't play AAA games. But on March 29th, those balls were hanging real fucking low, right? Play brand new games on day one. Blockbusters. Do I have to say that again? Fucking blockbusters. And indies. Oh, indies are small, but blockbusters is first. From Xbox Game Studios, you know, the motherfuckers that delayed their whole lineup for the rest of the year. Oh, EA Play and ID at Xbox and more. Oh, man. Oh, getting a little GIF here. Oh, you were fucking flexing, bitch. You were flexing. Oh, Xbox, this is what I mean. You're just digging your grave. You're fucking clowns. You're fucking clowns, all of you. You're a fucking clown. Xbox Game Pass account. I don't know why they need a separate Twitter account for fucking Game Pass. Just make it Xbox account. Does PlayStation have a PlayStation Now fucking Twitter or something like that I need to follow? Like, did they break off their fucking features into segments? I wonder if Xbox has an Xbox VRR Twitter account. Do they have a fucker that goes around hyping up VRR news? I don't know. I never heard of a fucking company having a Twitter account for Game Pass for a service and then having a Twitter account for Xbox. Desperation, I guess. Desperate times for different measures and trying to do market influencing, I guess, right? Because we need a Game Pass account. We need an Xbox account. I need Xbox VRR. I need an Xbox disk drive account. I need a Blu-ray account. I need fucking, like, what is this? I need an Xbox controller account. I don't think PlayStation has a PlayStation Now account and a PS Plus account. I don't know. Twitter accounts. But anyway. Blockbusters and Xbox Game Studio games. Well, listen. You hyping up these features on March 29th when you're trying to shoot down that PlayStation Now stuff, that flex. Yeah, exactly. Blockbusters. Look, people will call in your, oh, but this could be negative. Negative. March 29th. Oh, you hyping Blockbusters and Xbox Game Studios. Well, you know what? These two features that you're hyped in March 29th, people are complaining now that your Blockbusters and Xbox Game Studio games are not coming this year. People have some questions and want to cancel the service that you were hyping on March 29th. Yeah. But now let's shame people that are looking for AAA games in Game Pass. Now, you think the buck stops there, grinders? You think the buck stops there? You think I'm done with a little fucking tweet? You think I'm done? No. You don't fuck with the Grindhouse. You don't. You don't. Let's see. And who is it? Who else would say something? Grinders, please. This shit is too easy. It's too easy. And listen, this isn't about the fans on Twitter. This is about a corporation wasting our time. Here it is. Remember, AAA games. Tell me you play other indie games. Where is it, Phil Ness? We guarantee Phil Ness had to say some bullshit. Where is it, Phil? Did I miss the quote? Where is it? Nice. 2018. Phil Ness talking about Game Pass. He just committed to his first party lineup being there day and date. And what was the number one? Well, what is the quote, Grinders? This Game Pass service was built on this promise in 2018. Please hit that like button because here we go. Microsoft is planning to bring its own exclusive Xbox games published through Microsoft Studios to the company's Xbox Game Pass subscription. Future games, including Sea of Thieves, will be available via subscription on the same day they're available to purchase at retail stores. Quote, the number one request from our customers was to get new blockbuster games into Game Pass, explains Microsoft's chief Phil fucking Spencer in the interview with The Verge. Sea of Thieves will be the first title on March 20th through Xbox Game Pass and will follow, a quote, follow through with State of Decay 2, Crackdown 3, and the rest of our portfolio, says Spencer. But, quote, not just those games, but our future Halos and future Gears of Wars, future Forzas, Halo, Gears, and Forza, and other games. Our plan is to launch those to our Game Pass subscribers at the same time they go on retail.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit,
You're my
activate.
number one customer.
Holy Spirit, activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
And Nick says it right. Now that's a goddamn mic drop.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit,
no. Oh, no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
There you go. This is not Grinds My Gears the fan. This is not me just sitting here staring at a screen, coming up with bullshit like half these friggin' YouTubers do. Talking out, oh, I'm just an Xbox fan, good job. Phil told me that. No, I show the goddamn facts and the quotes coming out of their mouths. These are the lies that grind my gears. And this is the stuff that's celebrated and then ignored. And meanwhile, while all this stupid stuff is going on, you don't have any games.
We can't even hold them accountable to the things that they promised.
No, dude. He said the number. He's not saying I wanted. Now remember, Game Pass was out for a year, Link, right? He says the number one request from our customers was to get new blockbuster games into Game Pass, starting with our first-party titles. Then to come from 2018 all the way now, and just as briefly as March 29th, saying blockbusters and indie games, Xbox Game Studios, to come out and do this and say this, and 41,000 clowns, probably all Microsoft employees that are probably sitting there jerking off, all that, pretending that this is a reality, this is a lie. You promised this Xbox Game Pass service to be, and I remember polls being done. I was trying to find the polls, and if anybody can, there were polls done as why you subscribe to Game Pass, and it's the day one first-party games. That is the reason why, and you head scratch because you go, when were the last first-party games? Halo, Forza, and like before that, when was it? Gears 5? Well, Flight Simulator remastered for console? I guess Psychonauts, since they bought them, shit, if they didn't buy anybody, what would they be making? Who knows? But they're hyping up their indie games here. and shaming people for not liking the service because of the promise of first-party AAA games. People are not paying $15 a month to play indie games. They are there for that promise that Phil created in 2018. This customers want us to get big blockbuster games, not indie games. They don't want to play all the indie games, blockbuster games. And then on top of that, you think it still gets, it still gets messy. Our good friend Kelly Lombardi, the person that said anybody's a gamer, wipe your ass with an instruction booklet, anybody who wants to be a gamer, inclusivity. Oh, but look what she says about positivity. Remember all those clean words? What does she must say about this non-inclusive tweet from Xbox Game Pass telling an article writer that the fans, it wasn't their opinion piece. I could see if Kotaku just pulled some shit out their ass and just wrote some stuff. They took quotes from the Twitter people saying they're dropping Game Pass and just reported on that. All right, so that's why I'm not defending Kotaku because they're horrible. But all they did was report on the tweets and the trend of people saying they're canceling Game Pass because of Starfield being delayed. It was a game that they signed up for Game Pass for. The Promise, another lie that gets delayed. Oh, for polish, my ass. But she was saying negativity last week, positive, inclusive, everybody. Let's see. I'm sure she said, hey, Xbox, that's not nice. There's all different size games in Game Pass. And if people are not happy with the AAA games in Game Pass and that not coming out, then they should, cancel it. That's fine. Game Pass is not for everybody. Positivity. Let me see what she says. In case anyone is wondering, the tone of Xbox Game Pass social channel is spicy.
Hold on.
Okay.
Holy Spirit, activate.
Oh, no.
Holy Spirit,
no.
activate. Holy Spirit, activate. Activate. Activate.
Really? Oh, so this is spicy. But people upset for somebody telling them how they should feel about a delay. And that person saying they don't even play the game, so they don't even give a shit. Everybody's inclusive, but there's no inclusivity here. If you like AAA games, then Game Pass is not for you. That's what you're saying. But this is called spicy. Oh, so this is positive. I got it. And it's exactly what I said last week. These community managers, the Spaceball games marketing at Xbox. Yep. Oh, yeah. All that. You are the ones that defined what is positive and what is negative. I got it. So the people that are saying they're canceling Game Pass because they're not happy with the first-party AAA output, those are the problems. They're the toxic people. But Xbox coming at that article that's reporting on that for awareness that people are not happy with the Game Pass service, you come out and say a trolling comment, tell me you don't play indie, you limit on AAA games, shaming them for wanting AAA games after Phil Spencer's quote is saying the number one request for our customers was to get new blockbuster games at the Game Pass. $77 billion being purchased. It's a promise that your boss made. It's a promise that they've been talking about. Oh, and what about this? AAA games, why would you want those? Why would you even ask for AAA games? It's not like they say this every goddamn year. Phil Spencer, our goal is to have 4 to 5 AAA games every year on Xbox. He said that on March 1st of 2020. Your boss, Spicy. Your boss, Spicy. Why would anybody expect AAA games coming?
Oh yeah, that's me, Phil Ness. I got my people out there covering for me. I said some bullshit things in the past. This is your Phil Ness right now, but you guys, community managers, you're working overtime because I said some fucked up some messed up shit. This is Phil Ness. They caught me. They got me. Man, the things I say, I'm winning awards, bitch.
God damn, that Phil Ness, man. He fucking so happy he's winning awards, CEO of gaming. He lied out his asshole 3 times over. He don't give a shit. He don't care. Why would you ask for AAA games? He said 4 to 5 a year. Really? Phil, we're 2 years in. Why would you want AAA games in Game Pass? Act like that's all that matters. It is all that matters. Nobody plays $15 for indie games. Sorry, Spicy. Sorry, Spice. Scary Spice. Baby Spice. Whatever the fuck you are. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I want AAA games. That's what he told me. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Spicy. I want games, bitch. That's what you promised. But let's shame you. Let's shame everybody who says anything negative about the piece of shit fucking Xbox. Because that's what it's turning into. Because this is not even about the games anymore. It is a PR goddamn cesspool of bullshit right now. They can't spin shit out of what they got right now. They can't. They are so face down, ass up, it's ridiculous. Their negativity that they have, they can't crawl out of it. And it's worse because this permeates deeper than 2013. Because at least they had some games. They don't have any games that they could even stand on. Now, June 12th comes around. Nobody's hyping it. It says it's coming in 10 days, 15 days. Get ready next week for the traditional Twitter of Aaron Greenberg. Grindsboard is here again. Hit that like button. Over 250 fucking amazing. This is the largest live show of gaming Grindhouse. I wish Frogs was here. I want to thank Link and JAYDUB for coming. This is huge. I can't believe you guys are incredible. And I think I missed a super chat because I'm going off with the spiciness. Where is it? Ricey to 79 to the 5. He goes, Microsoft used the exact same scam abandoned dev pulled on people with coming soon in engine and just wait BS. The only difference is Microsoft is charging for the wait. No, exactly. Oh, that abandoned dev? Oh, shit, that's a scam and a half, that son of a bitch. They don't have anything. They are, this is, and what's crazy is they have the check marks. What's up, Godzilla? They got the check marks trying to defend this. They don't know which end is up. They're juggling with 5 different things. They're like, do we tell them negativity, positivity? Is it positivity this week? And here it is, Grindsboard again for you, Grinders. Next week, you'll get the Aaron Greenberg set your expectations tweet. We will be showing games that are planned to come out later this year with some sneak peeks into next year. That will be the tweet. Temper your expectations, exactly what Greenberg will say, because they know the PR going into this makes the June 12th showcase even more insurmountable what they need to show. And if they think they're going to waste our time showing Forza Horizon expansion packs because they haven't talked about that game since launch, and people paid $100 for 2 expansion packs, they didn't even tell us what it is. And
you're
they're
my number one customer.
12th. Grounded coming out of beta, that better not be June 12th news. Season 3 sneak peek of Halo Infinite.
You're my number one customer.
That better not be 3. Co-op in Halo? Oh, that better not be June 12th news. No. Right, see you 7 with the follow-up. He goes, hot take. Everyone who has invested into Game Pass for those promised quadruple I slipped. Quadruple A, and you saw my tweet. You saw what I wrote. I guess today wasn't a good time to ask Xbox Game Pass how the quadruple A game of Perfect Dark is going, right? So yeah, I guess today wasn't a good time to ask them on how the quadruple A Perfect Dark is doing. Perfect help, Joanna Dark with mutton chops, confirmed. Bootleg Joel's. Sorry, I didn't mean to deflect. So, a hot take, he goes, everyone who invested into Game Pass for those promised AAA games before Microsoft actually delivered enable Microsoft to continue not to deliver. Exactly. They got your money already. That's how come Phil could delay a game to sometime of next year, the first half of 2023. How you go from November 11, a specific date, to now, the game is fine, but it might come over the span from January to June of the following year. Oh, wait a second, Phil. Last year in June, you said November 11th, specific date. But now, in May, a year later, after you announced it, you're telling me that it's coming sometime from January to July of a span of 6 months? 2 games? I wouldn't be surprised if Starfield comes out next holiday. You might get your Redfall sometime in that window. I bet Todd Howard, Bomber Jacket, Mr. Bomber Jacket, is not releasing a game in fucking spring. He is Mr. November to remember. Todd Howard is not taking his baby and putting it out in the springtime, okay? So Redfall might come out in March, but I'm telling you right now, Starfield, oh, no. And if Halo Season 1 being 6 months and then telling you that co-op is not coming at Season 2 the day of is any indication as to how Microsoft will carry the carrot, Starfield is not coming in the first half. Todd Howard is not releasing his baby in June. Okay? And if he does, it will be like, well, we're just going to get it out, but we're trying to fix it. It's not, we're trying to get everything in there, so they're going to bring Starfield in hot. If that releases in the first half of 2023, Starfield will be coming in hot with patches and service updates soon to come. Fuck, it might even have seasons to it. Who knows? Like Halo Infinite. It's the only game that I know that the campaign has seasons of missing content that tie into a free-to-play multiplayer, and they're independent of each other. They don't like they share assets. They don't even share fucking progress. But the single player has season updates that tie into the battle pass of the other one. It makes no sense. $60 product independent of the free-to-play multiplayer. Somehow the single-player campaign has content missing and it's tied into seasons. And they're 6 months. Whoever heard of that? And then Guapzilla going, Guapzilla in the house. Oh, yeah, I got to do the thing. Guapzilla in the house. Thank you, Guapzilla. And, yeah, anyway, I went on rant. Oh, shit, Link left. Link! He stepped out. But, you know, yeah, right? Exactly. And Phil has your money already. That's right. They got your money. That's why they could delay games. That's why they could say Halo's going to come over 6 months. Why? Why not? You paying $15 a month. And what I didn't like about the whole thing, to conclude this whole rigmarole, and we bounced around a lot, but I appreciate everybody coming through. You know, He got your money already. And people are losing their opportunities to vote with their wallet because you're paying a subscription. So if you don't like something, it's hard to say I'm not buying this game because I don't like the direction that's in, or I vote with my wallet, because you're already signing in for the month. So the only way that you could vote with your wallet if you don't like what Game Pass is doing is to unsubscribe. And when some of that gets traction online because of the delay, because of the uncertainty of a roadmap, hell, the promised Halo roadmap was supposed to come out in January. He apologized. Then it still didn't come out until March or April, May. It came out before a month of May, and it's a roadmap of what? We're targeting co-op. It was a waste of time, but Phil has not laid out a roadmap of all these games. That's what June 12th needs to be. It needs to be gameplay and release dates. But who knows if you can even trust those release dates? But I've said this. Oh, man. Again, I've said this in the Grindhouse before. With a delay, it costs you money now. You know? So, like, if you signed up for Game Pass to play these first-party games that they say, hey, it's coming in this month and this month, and you're paying for Game Pass, dealing with the stuff now with the anticipation that you're going to play the big game in the next month or two, well, guess what? If that game gets delayed, that costs you money. When you pre-order a game, or when a game gets delayed, you didn't put any money down on it unless you pre-ordered it. But it's not costing you additional money. So people said, I'm signing up for Game Pass for the next 6 months. I want to play Starfield. So I'm going to play the games now. Starfield comes out in 6 months. Per Phil saying November 11th. I can't wait. I got 6 months of there locked in. Now guess what? Starfield just got delayed. What happens to your Game Pass subscription? Oh, well, they got you for 6 months, so you better like whatever they're going to give you. But now you're going to have to subscribe again if you want to play the game again. It costs you money. It's costing you more money to wait for the games that you want to play. That's why, with over 200 people here, I want to thank everybody. I want to tell you, I came up with the term of peekaboo gaming. And I advise all the grinders to do it. Don't pay for Xbox Game Pass now. But when a couple of games come out, it's very predictable now. There's not a lot. Sign up for $15, play all the games you want, and jump right off. Peekaboo gaming, baby. Done. You want to make it that easy? Well, guess what? I'm going to manipulate the shit out of you until you give me a game. And you want to know what? If you really like the game, just buy it on Steam. Or just buy it on Xbox. Just buy it. But the problem is that the games that they're making, I don't have the confidence to buy it. I was planning to buying Halo Infinite. I was just going to buy it. I wasn't, because I just wanted it in my library. I was not going to subscribe and paying $15 a month for the occasional times I want to play it. I don't need a subscription to play that. I was just going to buy it. But then when I saw that they were breaking it up and the campaign was what it was, I said, I'm not buying this. This is not worth $60. And I didn't. I used a 15-day Game Pass. I ran through that empty-ass world. Fernando. I met Fernando. Boring as hell. Empty Forerunner structures. The complaints are on and on. The weapons, no new vehicles. And jumped right off of Game Pass. Thank you very much, Phil Ness. You're going to have to do a whole lot more to keep me subscribed to this. And for me on PC, it's $10 because I don't have that Xbox Live handicap that I need to do. Exactly. Right here with the 2 years. Remember that 3-year Game Pass deal. It'll be up in 2023. Dude, it started in 2019. It's going to end this year. 2019, 2020, 21. It started. Thank you so much for the super chat, but you're right. That 3-year Game Pass deal is, dude, it's done. That's why they needed a hit. They needed a hit because they know, yeah, right, buy a game.
Number one customer.
Logic, right? But they knew. They knew that this thing was going to end up that 3-year stack. And you still got nothing. And now people think that they got a handicap. What can they do in June? I'm thinking nothing's going to be as big as Starfield and with Todd Howard, because it was a culmination of a lot of things. It was Todd Howard's next game, the $7 billion Bethesda deal that they hyped up all last year, because that's all it was like Starfield exclusive. That was a whole year of news and supposed W's.
I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown.
Yeah. That was the buying Bethesda was better than games, I suppose. So this game coming out is a proof of Microsoft did a good job in spending $70 billion. It was Todd Howard's next game that was been in development forever. And it was coming exclusively, a true exclusive game from PC and Xbox, and maybe a game that Xbox dudes want to play, PlayStation dudes want to play. A whole bunch of things lined up for it. Now delayed to sometime early next year. Not the first 3 months, not the first quarter, not the spring, not winter. The first half. If you look at a calendar, that's 12 months. Half is 6. That's January to July. And when do they release games? January? No. Xbox releases games in February? No. Most likely March for the quarter. So they could get that little Game Pass bump and they could share their numbers. That's what it is. March. And what, you think Todd Howard's just going to drop his game in June? In May? What's coming out after that? Contraband? Anybody? Bueller? Contraband? What the fuck's that game? Card heist game? Okay, I guess. Sell it to me. I don't know what the hell this is. From Avalanche? Fable's coming out next year? Perfect Dark? Everwild? Hellblade 2? Project Mara, the virtual walking up the steps apartment game? Well, who wants that? I don't know. People's hyped over steps. Avowed? Do you know what the game looks like? Do we know anything about these games? Crickets. All these games need to be shown and sold. And what do you think next year's conversation is going to be? Oh, so God of War is going to be delayed. Let it be. I don't want it to be delayed, but that doesn't help Xbox win anything. It doesn't. Because now you got God of War that's going to trample on everything. What, Contraband is going to, Avowed? What? God of War. Oh, and Spider-Man 2. Oh, we're going to have a repeat of 2018? You want a repeat of 2018 next year? Oh, yeah, delay God of War. Your funeral. You don't win. You don't win. The only way you win if all these games hit and hit hard and review well and gamers are excited and there's genuine hype and excitement for the content that Microsoft has promised for the last half of decade. That's the only way we win. This little tweet here, 40,000 people liking it. Go ahead. Tim Dog celebrating 10,000. Like, you don't want to know what? It's all cute. But you still don't have any games to play. And nobody, all this stuff is deflection. Nobody's hyping up June 12th. Nobody's like, guys, they got blockbusters going to show. And no one else, Sony, there's Spider-Man and God of War. Go ahead. You want that next year? Oh, yeah. And then there's, then maybe they'll show Wolverine. Oh, Knights of the Old Republic. Maybe Final Fantasy comes this year. Like, the list goes on and on and on. Sony's not waiting. Oh, and yeah, and Zelda comes out next year too. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, perfect window for Avowed. Please. You guys got excited because Elden Ring oversaw the hype of Forza, of Horizon Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West. There's nothing in the Xbox camp that will do that to any Sony game. Unless they show something that's incredible. And I'm sure this show is going to be heavily focused on, just like what Todd Howard did. Walked down on stage, said this is the 16 times the content, 16 times the stars. Starfield is going to be a majority of this show. Because I don't think Microsoft has a failsafe. And if Starfield doesn't have a release date on it, I think they're going to have to. But next year is not any better. I said Sony and shit, and nobody's waiting. That's right. Carlos crept in with the 2. He goes, only Modern Warfare 2 for Game Pass can save it. Like at the show, I think Modern Warfare 2 going in Game Pass is definitely something that will deflect the lack of having first party. Gotham Knights, I don't know who wants to play that, but if that I don't know. But I'm gonna go into that interview and see. Let's see if there's anything else crazy going here.
You're my number one customer.
Wolverine, Lacka, and then I didn't have it on the Grindsboard here. Thank you, Carlos Cressman. Yeah, I agree. I think Modern Warfare 2 going in Game Pass is going to be one of their things. But I just can't see. Microsoft has to have confidence in their games, and they don't. And we've seen this from the shows. They hide them behind trailers. They talk about the music and the concept art. They don't sell their games very well, except for Forza. That's the only game that they have confidence in. And if they spend and this is the problem, they got so many games to show. They got so much gameplay that needs to be broken down. I don't think they could do it in an hour and a half show. I don't think they can. I think Modern Warfare 2 is going to be the swan song of Call of Duty, because I think it's going to be the last one. Anyone's going to be good, because after that, next year they're not doing a Call of Duty. They're doing like they're doing a update to version 2 of Modern Warfare, or something like that. They're gonna do Warzone 2. Rice79 goes Spider-Man 2 and Final Fantasy 16 on PS5 in 2023.
You're my number one customer.
Exactly. And that's it. I was saying, supposedly Final Fantasy 16 might even come out this year. Now Square Enix has some stuff to talk about. Yeah, I told the game night 1, 2, 3. You weren't last night. I went. That's what I did 3 hours last night. But I'll briefly talk about that thing. The game night goes, yo, Jez, talk about the Marvel Xbox PlayStation deal and game output from both companies between 2014 and 2018. Where was that? Somebody sent that to me. I think in the where is it? Where is it?
You're my number one customer.
Yeah, I did the 2014 and then game night, the 2014 and 2018, because I did that yesterday on my Twitter. But just a summary, because I did the video yesterday on this whole thing, because I thought that was ridiculous. But yeah, Microsoft in 2014 turned down the Marvel was shopping around their IP, and Microsoft turned it down to say they wanted to focus on that first party. And I used some clips of old Phil Ness talking about HoloLens at E3, talking about Kinect, talking about Scalebound, and all this IP that was coming. And then in 2017, apologizing for the and know what's crazy? And actually, this is a good closure to that thing, game night, because I wanted to bring back that video again, because I thought it was so telling, especially with today's conversation about AAA games. To kind of close that whole thought, because that exactly ties into it, that a Marvel and just Microsoft, where was it? Microsoft, is it the interview with Phil in 2017? Yeah. Here it is right here. So this is perfect. This is what I showed yesterday. So I'll just recap it here at the end, and shout out who missed the video. But I encourage everybody to go listen to the video. It grinds my gears. It was me again, just going off on this specific topic. But seeing what happened today with the AAA and the promises that Phil said, and people are like, well, where is that AAA? Where is that AAA? The first party AAA games? Where are they? The blockbuster games? And then for the Xbox Game Pass thing to kind of tweet out, going like, oh, there's indie games. You're just going to like it where it is. It's bullshit. Because the promise, I showed you those two things. The promise quote's there. But there's one more. Oh, wait. This is my one more thing. Oh, wait. There's one more. 2017. He turned down Marvel in 2014, trying to make multiple games with Marvel IP, and that's after the Avengers are coming out. The Marvel Cinematic Universe is hitting stride. Opportunities there to make multiple games, and they declined it, and Sony got it. And that's in 2014. 3 years later, Phil Spencer stuttering on how first-party AAA output is going. So this question and frustration today, and this is what people say, well, look at today, 2022, in May, it's not a problem. This is 2017 E3. How are we asking the same questions to this person?
What we're investing in new, as good as I.
It's because when I tweeted that worlds
and also look at the deflection too.
And then you got your $10 thing, and you say, oh yeah, sure, I'll click on it and download it and try it.
Here it comes.
That these games land on.
Enhanced by
there it is.
Third-party games, like a lot of third-party games are going to be enhanced by running on the X. I think people were hoping to see a little more. What is Microsoft first-party working on? Obviously, Halo 5 came out not too long ago. Gears of War 4 just came out. See if these is coming, but people wondering what big new worlds are they working on?
Right.
So, can you speak to what Microsoft's investment in first-party, and I guess specifically sort of like new worlds that you're sort of working on for the future?
You know, I've seen some of the stuff that you've written and people kind of asking and questioning about our investment in first party and how important that is, both as a gamer who says, hey, I just want things to go play so my kid's not chewing on my controller, if I remember that line. But
deflection.
What?
Well,
was that?
Yep. It was, let me be clear.
What?
I own 3 of these controllers. One's on my PC, one's on my Xbox. I was like, wow, you know what? Owned. That's how you know he pays attention.
I do pay attention. I read it.
You know what?
I follow you.
Get back to the seriousness.
For a while, like
Here he goes. Now,
and
I said this yesterday, he did film that. So I read your tweet, so he threw it up in the deflection, right? But listen to what he says. The question was, where is the big first-party AAA games that you're working on? Just answer the question, right? I love my job. Hear this. Hear this answer.
Actually been doing this for a while. Like this sounds like total PR line. Like I love my job. I love being a gamer. I've been a gamer since I was a young kid.
Where are the
games
games?
with my dad. And like I care about our platform, and I want to make it as good as I possibly can as the head of Xbox. When I started this job 3 years ago, hardware was a real focus for us because I thought we had more work to do there. And S we shipped last year, X is coming out this year.
Right.
I love our hardware line. Xbox Live was something I really wanted to focus on in terms of cross-platform, getting it on iOS, Android, Windows, focusing on our stuff coming to Windows, because I really want people to play great games on the devices they want to go play. Our first party, my previous job was head of first party, is a critical part of that equation. Yesterday, sitting here today, showing our games, it was about 42 games, filling up the time. But I know people want to see what we're investing in new. And we are investing in new things. We've signed things just recently that I thought about, hey, from a PR standpoint, it'd be really easy for me to go put a trailer on screen, even though I know the game's not coming for 2.5, 3 years.
Right.
I didn't want to do that. And I understand certain people will say, well, hey, that'll give me...
He didn't want to do that, but he does now.
Gives me confidence in the future of Xbox. This is kind of a cheesy line, but I'll say, trust that this is important to us as a platform. From the CEO of the company on down, if you talk to Satya about it, he would say, I understand we need to invest in content in the gaming space. And that is important, and we are going to invest. And I love the games that we showed. Sea of Thieves, I thought Crackdown looked fantastic. I thought State of Decay looked really good. Super Lucky's Tales, a new first-party game. We got to re-announce Ori, the next Ori coming out, and Ori's one of my favorite games, frankly, of all time.
Not enough people played that game.
That is a fantastic game. But I know what you're asking about. It's like, hey, there's kind of big AAA console
kinds
games.
of things that only the Microsofts, the Sonys, the Nintendos of the world can put the resources, like platform holders. Only certain types of games those sorts of companies can make.
Yeah, and I hear that, and I'm committed to that. So wow. And today, now, I wanted to talk about things that if you go buy this console this year, you're going to get to go play in this year. But I hear that question, and I don't want your kid chewing on the controller anymore.
Wow. He just basically just said, trust me, dude. 2017. That question is being asked. Where's the big publisher, whole first-party content that you're making on? And what did he do? He knee-jerk reaction and bought a bunch of studios the next year. Still didn't announce games. Now, how does that tweet read again now? In 2022. Tell me you limit yourself to only AAA games without telling me you limit yourself to only AAA games. How does that sound now? Knowing what you just saw. The articles, the promises. The 2017, same question, same frustration that people had. Phil, where are the big AAA games? The new big worlds that you're developing on. I love my job. I promise me, trust me. I had to fix the console hardware first, but I'm committed to that. He sounds like a politician running for office, telling you lies to your face. And then as soon as he gets into office, CEO, he goes, "Oh yeah, I promised that. I'm where I am right now. I'm CEO. I don't need to hold accountable. You got me here. Thank you." You see. So people saying, where are the AAA games? They're not toxic. They're just acting on the promises over the last 5 years that were made to them. The promises, and then the buying of studios, the buying of publishers. After a while, you're like, okay, well, where are the games? Well, we're delaying it another year. Well, what else is coming? Stay tuned. Maybe we'll throw in Gotham Knights and Gamepass, shut you guys up for a little bit. Something like, Hellblade 5 hours. Maybe we'll throw that in there. I don't know. Do something. I don't give a shit. Like, yeah, consolation prizes. You still paying top dollar. They're not stopping selling consoles. They're still trying to sell you a $300 and $500 box. They're still trying to sell you an online service. They're trying to sell you controllers. They're still selling you the hardware without the software. And when people have to ask, I'm upset, where's the AAA software you promised? The official Xbox account shames you. Play indies, bitch. That's what they said. So you heard. And how is it fair that us gamers ask this stuff? Same questions in 2017. This is not last month, not last year. 2017, where are the big blockbuster games? I promise, committed. There's a lot of things I wanted to show right now. I could have showed a trailer, but they're not 2 and 3 years out. What the fuck did you just do for the last 3 years? You showed trailers to games that we don't even... Fable, Perfect Dark, Avowed, Everwild. Like, they're all trailers of games that are not coming out in 2 to 3 years. Didn't you just say you don't want to do that? But you do see the value in that. It makes people get hope and the promise. And that's all they are doing. They're selling you a fake sales pitch. They're selling you a product that does not exist. That's the thing. They're selling you a product of a promise. The promise is the product. And the issue I have with promise being a product is that when the stuff does eventually come out, it's nowhere near the promise or expectations that you made. So I don't have trust in you anymore. And I don't trust your promise because of Halo, because of Crackdown 3. The promise, the apology, we're delaying it to make it the game that you deserve, he said in the quote for the delay of Crackdown 3. Was Crackdown what you deserve, grinders? If it was, you wouldn't be here now. Knowing that it's all bull. And with that, I want to thank everybody. Incredible show. The highest viewed show, live audience. I want to thank everybody. Hit that like button. Hit that notification button because I might go be live this week. And shout out to Frogs. He couldn't come through. But thank you, JAYDUB. Follow JAYDUB over on Twitter. And then also follow Link over on Twitter as well. I want to thank those guys for jumping in here. So I didn't have to, go another That was my thing, but it was awesome to have a conversation because I wanted to get other people's ideas because I knew how I felt. And I want to thank everybody, VIP Grinders, new subs, and all the super chats. I want to thank everybody for coming through and supporting the Gaming Grindhouse. And yeah, we'll see where it goes from here. But don't let anybody shame you. And also, too, I saw, don't let anybody mock you for voting with your wallet. Because I saw people, and again, I don't know if they're genuine or not, but people are coming out saying, like, I'm not going to unsubscribe because I'm not happy with Game Pass. I see some of the check marks coming in going like, well, am I doing it right? I'm canceling Game Pass and unsubscribing to Netflix, like mocking people for making that announcement. If people want to get it out there with their frustrations, let them get out there, but don't mock somebody voting with their wallet. Now, if they're looking for clout, whatever it is, but it shouldn't be mocked. Like, if people want to express their concerns, don't, like, I see, like, oh, is this how you do it? Like, am I doing it right? It's like, if someone's genuinely upset and wants to make that, then do it. But stop with this mockery and belittling of people voting with their wallet, because that's considered negative to you as an Xbox brand ambassador. Be a goddamn ambassador and take the heat or get the fuck out the kitchen.
Whatever your name is, get ready for the big surprise.
What an ending. Thank you very much, new subscriber. Hit that like button, subscribe to the Grindhouse, be a VIP member, use those awesome emojis, and the Grindhouse closes for another Monday night. Grindhouse out. Thank you very much, everybody. Talk to you soon.